His reputation perceives him.
Okay, so we're starting now, live streaming. Let's do a recap of last session. Last session, you guys were in Firefinger. We'll go over to the map of Cholt, and then we'll come back to this map just to organize the expedition and whatnot. So you guys are in Firefinger, and it's a 300-foot tall, naturally formed spire of rock that peers up above the jungle canopy, and you'd known it to be home to terrorfolk. Upon reaching the pinnacle of this precipice, you had encountered the terrorfolk, and a battle ensued after you teamed up with Reinhardt. Oh, sorry, I just had to sneeze. So you teamed up with Reinhardt, this prisoner that was taken captive by the terrorfolk, and you'd also freed another an Aarakocra called Ashara that told you to come to Kir Sabal, which is known as a monastery from most people in Cholt that is home to Aarakocra, and you're told you'd be taught a special ritual that will allow you to fly. So after the battle, a few people tossed off of the top of Firefinger, as obviously the terrorfolk were quite angry at you guys infiltrating their lair, and also Reinhardt turned into a spider and instantly killed their leader. So naturally, they retaliated, and they were just picking people up and throwing them off the top of Firefinger. Unfortunately, Reinhardt did not survive, but he rose as a revenant, and he just had this revenge on his mind. With all of the terrorfolk defeated, you guys were able to camp in Firefinger. You camped for the night. You woke up the next morning. It was a clear day, and you could see various plateaus in the surrounding area of Cholt. Just sort of punctures in the jungle canopy, including the Aldani Basin, Lake Luo, Valley of Embers, and also in a 20-mile radius around Firefinger.
And we still decided to go on to the wrong direction.
So the idea is that by heading to Kir Sabal, you'll gain the ability to fly, and you'll be able to navigate Cholt a lot easier. So you've teamed up with Hugh Hackenstone again and allowed him to navigate, and you've just been making your way through the jungles. This particular stretch of very dense jungle is undead territory, and that's noted by multiple animals' carcasses that are rotting away, and a lot of the foliage has been tainted, and the river water has been polluted. Everything has a stench of death in this section of the jungle, and it's very, very thick. There are brackish pools of water with mosquitoes buzzing about them, and the place looks like a haven for disease. So you're a couple of days journey out of Firefinger, actually one day, because you decided to head at a fast pace, and using Firefinger as a landmark. It's still just visible, but any further travel away from Firefinger will have to be done just purely with navigation. We ended the session with you guys being followed by some terrorfolk and them attacking you guys in the night. Reinhardt had finally got his vengeance, and as he was a revenant, he had fallen down and crumbled to dust upon destroying the terrorfolk after getting revenge. So, this is where you guys are. You're about 20 miles away from Firefinger. I believe the plan is to head to Mesro and see if there's anything there to do with the death curse. It is a ruin from what you guys have heard. I don't know if you guys have heard that much. You imagine that it was once a big city in Cholt, an ancient city, and then the plan is to head down to Kir Sabal after that. So
sounds good.
Let's just go over to the organizing the journey page. So the current expedition consists of Hugh leading and navigating, and you guys are also having Ragda tag along. Looks like Petra's not here yet, so Petra's going to be in the backup expedition. Calendar, you get a promotion. So there was also, Ragda was also beaten up on himself a little bit, believing that he was not worthy to stay with you guys, as he'd fallen off Firefinger. But then he also seemed to think that he'd actually proven himself as well, having fallen off Firefinger, then climbing back up, surviving that fall, and pretty much Orion and Ragda fought, and Orion won because Ragda was kind of allergic to wolves.
It was an honorable single combat.
Okay, so Ragda's decided to stick around with you guys, and some of the party members were not too happy about you guys heading away from the original destination. Anyway, you're on day 20. You've still got another 53 days worth of food. It's been raining a lot, so you haven't had a single problem with water so far. The party sentiment's still average, and you're in the jungles of Cholt. The death toll's now 3. So happy with this composition? Want Ragda to come with you guys still in the lead expedition? Hugh to lead.
Sounds good.
Ragda is a party member. How could you
I'm
ever consider him not being on the back line?
I am the
I don't think he's
leader
a
of this
member.
group.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's the party leader. Okay.
Alright.
I'm not amazingly happy about Hugh, but I know Calendar, he's kind of your favorite.
Yeah, I'm not happy about you as well.
Everybody's
Well-
happy with you. You stay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I know what happened last session, so...
I tried to describe what happened last session just then.
Well, yeah, but I know what happened with you.
Oh, he was at the bottom of the mountain.
Nothing happened with
Yeah.
you. He just,
Yeah,
I
that
think
I
it's still people just resenting him for leading everyone astray, like on the first time he started leading.
Well, that's fine.
Look, see that nice straight line there? That straight line that is the only line going to where we actually needed to. That was Hugh. Hugh made that line for
You
us.
have no idea if that was Musharib or Hugh that led us that far. You're totally guessing.
Okay, so you guys are 20 miles away from Firefinger now. You will not be able to use it to navigate. So Hugh is with you guys and just turns to you all this morning as you've packed up your camp, collected your rainwater, and filled up your water skins. Today's weather is rainy as per usual. It's relatively heavy rain, but you're pretty used to traversing through this heavy rain now, and it's not cold. It's very humid. So Hugh says, all right then. Are we ready to go? I'll be leading. I takes it.
If you see Firefinger, we're going the wrong way.
Trust me, I will not be leading you astray. Now,
Again.
you're telling me if we can go to this, what's it? Sir Cabal? That we can fly?
Yeah. Kir Sabal.
Circle.
That's what I said.
Okay.
First, we're going to Mesro to do a bit of sightseeing around there, see if there's any undead.
Mesro? Sightseeing? What's that got to do with anything?
Well, we're
Exactly.
here because of the death curse, and we are close enough to Mesro that it's not too far out of the way. We thought we'd go there to see if we can get any clues before going down to Kir Sabal.
That entire city, it's gone to shit. It got all exploded and stuff during the spell plague. I don't know what you're hoping to find there.
Do you know anything else about it?
From what I've heard, it was a great city once upon a time. But, as I mentioned, the spell plague gone and blew it up. Just like Lantern. And just like anything else that had a strong presence of magic. I guess if you're interested in rubble, it would be a great place to visit.
Well, maybe, the trip will go by really quick. I mean, you can just quickly in and out.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, "That's a dwarf. Surely architecture stone work. That's your sort of thing."
Racism.
I can tell you what sort of rock it is if you're that interested. Anyway, if that's where we must go first, then that's where we must go first. I'm very interested to learn if this flying technique is real or not. So what sort of pace are we setting then?
Full speed.
Fast pace?
No.
Second fast pace.
Yep.
Huh? We're going full speed then. Alright. And Hugh just starts heading off.
What, you go back to Firefinger again?
I mean, it can't get lost, because if he goes backwards, he's going to hit Farfinger, so... We'll either miss it completely, or...
Alright, you guys begin traveling for the day. And... let me see how the day goes.
Probably end up out here somewhere.
Alright, during this entire day of travel, you do not have any encounters whatsoever. And you just traverse through the jungle, cutting your way through with machetes and whatnot, ensuring that you're staying dehydrated and trying to stand this disgusting stench of undead. And as night falls, you're setting up your camp, you're setting up your water catches, your rain catches. Hugh turns to you all, as you're plotting, navigation, you're looking at the map. Alright, I'm lost. I've got no idea where we are.
I hope that's a joke.
I wish it was.
Kalendor, I swear to God, it's because of you. I blame you for this, Kalendor. This is your fault.
Don't worry about it. We'll get a good night's sleep. The weather will be clearer tomorrow, I can tell. And then, I'll find my way. I'll get me bearings. I'll listen to the ground. I'll breathe the earth. I'll listen to the whispers in the wind and the trees. And Morin will guide my way. What's that?
Why didn't you want to hear that today? You just saved that for special occasions?
Exactly. I didn't want to abuse nature.
Sure. Alright. One more day, and then we're replacing you with Mushari.
Okay, another day goes by. You're on day 21 now. And you're still going quite quick. So you felt like you've definitely traveled 20 miles. You just got no idea where you are on the map.
That's the best feeling ever, right?
The next morning, it's actually dry and sunny. So you will need to find a water source because it ain't raining. So everyone packs up the camp. You guys fill up your water skins. They'll last you at least this day. So you better hope it rains tomorrow or you'll come across a river. If not, you're gonna need to find some other source of water, like a spell or something.
Are we not on a river?
No, you're still in jungle. Looking around, the jungle canopy pretty much blots out the sky. There are thick trees everywhere with moss growing on them. The ground is just a mixture of long grass and tangled vines, pools of brackish water, and there are just vines lacing between trees, and you can barely see for more than a couple of 100 feet before the denseness of the jungle just obscures your view of anything beyond.
Wait, so there is water?
There is some, pockets of this diseased water, basically.
Purified food and water.
Yeah, you could collect some up. There is some pockmarks of water. You could do a survival check to try and get some water. If that's what you want to do.
Somebody want to do survival to fill up the water for today?
Well, your water skin's are already full because it was raining last night.
Oh,
So
okay.
the rain catches are actually all filled up.
Okay. Okay then. Well, when we're gonna be more empty, I suppose.
But you could look at doing that like tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Because, yeah, the water skins that you have, they don't last more than a day. Alright, so you've all packed up, you've packed up everything, and you're ready to head out. And Hugh's just gone and scouted the area.
Can we go normal speed?
And before you guys make any progress, Hugh comes running, like waving you guys down. Hey, I found something! I found something! It's a bridge! Ha ha ha! I told ya! I just attuned to nature and found the way. Come and check it out. Eh?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Alright, so it's about a mile away from camp. You head just through the jungle, and then suddenly the denseness of the jungle starts to kind of dissipate a little bit, and there is a gorge. There is a large gorge with a bridge spanning it. So Hugh says, like he's got the map and he's pointing. Haha, look! Atas muhaha! That's a gorge! It makes sense! We've got to be there! So Hugh believes that you're either in this hex or the one below.
Okay.
As you guys look out, you see a stone shrine standing at the midpoint of this bridge. And there is a statue. It consists of a very imposing figure. It's a Cholton warrior, and he's wearing a mask. And he's hunkering down like a panther, ready to pounce. I'll move you guys on over to a map so you can check it out. We'll go, a lot of these maps will do like a side view as well. So you'll see like a side view and then top down view as well at the same time. We'll start off with the side view. It'll help paint the picture for the top down view. Alright, so it's a big bridge. So like the monkeys elsewhere on the bridge, this carving is highly stylized, and the statue has these bright gems flashing in its eye sockets. So this is a statue of the Cholton warrior. And then there are a number of stone monkey statues. Some of them are actually hanging upside down from the side of the bridge. And you do notice there is a big gap in the bridge at the end. There is a human skeleton lying crumpled near the statue's feet. And several of its bones are obviously broken. But it's impossible to tell whether these injuries happened while the person was alive or was caused by scavengers after death. As you look around, you also see something prowling around underneath the bridge. It's a 100-foot drop down, and you can see a fresh stream of water bisecting this chasm. And lapping at some water is a 17-foot tall dinosaur.
A Bronto?
Oh my god.
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh.
And it's lapping at some water at the river.
We don't have our druid with us.
You wanna turn around and go home?
Well,
I
Yep.
think the
far
death
below
curse
us. I
is the
think
worst
we're
thing.
okay. I think we're okay. Just don't jump off the bridge. I think we should be okay.
The
If you're
the Tyrannosaurus Rex hasn't noticed you guys. You know, you're a full 100 feet above it.
all right, well,
First of all, I'll try and hide.
You can make a
Oh,
stealth
that-
check. All right, as you go to hide, Victor, you head up near one of these lips in the bridge, and you kind of lean up near one of these monkey statues, and all of a sudden, a rock from the monkey statue breaks apart. A bit of rubble falls down and just hits the jungle floor 100 feet below you, and the Tyrannosaurus just lifts his head up, turns towards you,
Whoops.
and lets out a giant roar.
Sorry about that, everybody.
beautiful.
It's looking up towards you. Its tail is flicking left and right. It's got these tiny little arms, and it tilts its head around in a circular motion as it roars again. And then it just kind of
Okay.
walks over towards you all, and then just roars again. But it can't reach you because it's 100 feet below.
This is a steep bank here. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much a sheer drop.
Can I just fire an arrow over it? I don't want to hit it or anything, but just so the arrow comes down somewhere behind it, like over here somewhere.
Okay, you take a shot, and the Tyrannosaurus kind of tilts its head towards the arrow a little bit. It roars again, and it turns its head back towards you, and then looks up at the bridge and roars some more. And it's just kind of watching your area for a little bit. Hugh just yells, "What do you think you're doing? Don't provoke it! I've seen beasts like that before. Rip a man's arm off."
So this must be the river on the big map. So we were going to be going south from here to the flying, and north to the
Yeah.
So we don't need to cross it.
If Hugh's correct, we are under 10 miles south of Mesro.
Hey, we're at Ataz Muhahaha. I'm telling you. We're at the monkey bridge.
Can I take a look at the statue? Does it look like similar to the statue that's in the harbor of Port Nianzaro?
Sorry?
There's like a statue like in the middle of the harbor, like in the water of Port Nianzaro.
Oh, it's reminiscent. It's not exactly the same though. It's
Okay.
yeah. What you do notice though is there are all of these maze symbols carved onto the bridge and its supports. They're everywhere. On the walls of the railings, on the base of the plaques on which the stone monkeys are perched, and on the sides of the bridge on the support columns. It's a maze pattern. It seems to be some sort of religious symbol. And Hugh can tell you guys, see that? That's the sign of Obteo, the Forsaken One. He used to look after the people of Chult, Obteo did. A god of mazes and such. But he up and left, because the people of Chult were abusing him. They become cowardly. They've begun to rely on him too much. Obteo, I need you to do this. Obteo, I stubbed my toe. Obteo, I don't have anything to wipe me arse with. And he up and left the people, and stopped answering their prayers. Puh, they ain't mean much now. As you guys are talking as well, your voices are echoing so around this entire gorge. At this stage as well, the T-Rex has just gone back to drinking some water. And you actually hear this these echoes from up and down the gorge, overlapping with your own voices, and it seems to kind of transform your voices into this cacophony of haughty, gloating laughter, like a and as that sound begins to stir up, you begin to hear these screechings of monkeys. And you notice a little baboon clung to the side of the railing, the stone railing, kind of lifts his head up and peeks at you guys. His red face and his furry mane just give him a somewhat cute appearance. And he's got this long tail, and it's curled around, moving around and clinging to the sides of the lip of the bridge. And then it just disappears underneath the bridge as well, and you can hear this cacophony of continue on.
So I'll cast resistance on whoever goes first.
I'll go first.
Alright, so as you look at this statue, again, you can see these, it's like highly stylized. Every single section of the statue is carved, and you even see some of these swirling patterns carved into the base of the statue. On its arms, like tattoos, it has this warrior mask, and it's just its eyes. They really stand out because they're these gigantic gemstones. And Hugh warns you, careful! This could be protected, this bridge. Radka just steps forward. Pah! Protected by what? I'm not scared of anything. I have fought. I have fallen. I am Ragda, fuller of Firefinger.
If you pulled off this
Can
time,
I check
Ragnar,
for traps?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
Oh yes, I see everything.
You take a look around, tell him you're looking for maybe some runes. You don't see any runes. There's no like tripwires or anything else that looks like a mechanical trap, perhaps little holes in the wall where poison darts could shoot at you. None of that.
Alright, good luck.
Can I take a look at the skeleton? Maybe determined like a broken bone or something that killed it?
Right, the skeleton is at the base of the statues, and you can clearly see that its bones are all broken because it's like in many different pieces.
Okay.
So you'd have to, examine it closely if you want to make a more thorough assessment. You can clearly see it's broken into pieces, though.
Well, Orion,
Yeah.
you want to check it very closely.
Okay. Yep. I'll just
The,
ease forward.
The baboons have gone silent now.
Can I think about anything that this god Ubtao would like besides mazes? Maybe an offering of some kind?
You could make a religion check.
Let me guess, a banana.
I'm not a super religious guy.
A banana. Trust me, I'm professional.
Yeah, you don't even know about the god Upteo Orion, only what Hugh has told you.
Okay.
So is there anything in the skeleton's hands?
No?
Can I see that monkey that went beneath the bridge?
Yeah, you can see there are, let me just check. Things gonna work. There's actually 4 baboons dangling around underneath the bridge, just using their tails and arms like monkey bars. And they're just monkeying around. They're making small little hooting sounds. And Hugh walks up slowly. We should pray to Obteo or something. Pay some sort of homage.
Okay. How do you do that?
Maybe
What are the statues doing?
trace a maze pattern.
Oh, good idea.
Wait! Don't do nothing.
Okay.
You can't just trace a maze pattern to Obteo. It has to be traced in the proper order. Has to be an unbroken line. The path has to be complete. All these mazes, they're all crumbled and decayed. None of them are complete. I'm trying to rack me brain of the exact pattern. There's a lot of lichens and mosses growing all over the ones on the statue. Hugh takes out a knife and he goes up to the base of the statue. Slowly. And then he turns to you, Orion. Alright, here. Take this dagger.
Okay.
We're going to have to make a blood sacrifice to Obteo.
A blood sacrifice.
Usually, you need to sacrifice a living being, like a little lamb or something. But we don't have any lambs, so I'm sorry, Orion. And he just pats his hand on your shoulder.
Well, we did see some baboons, and if we're
no.
particularly ambitious, there's a
Baboons won't do. Has to be a human.
You just said a lamb.
And you just burst out laughing. I'm just kidding you, pal! Lighten up! The dagger's to scrape off the moss!
Okay.
The look on your face.
That's way easier than a blood sacrifice.
Oh, and then carve out that maze so we can take a good look at it then.
Okay.
Alright, you start to scrape off all of the moss, clearing it away. And you do see this maze-like pattern of Obteo. Trace your finger around it, Hugh says.
Alright.
Alright, wait, before you start, he says, wait. Don't just trace your finger around it. You have to do it properly. And you need to make me an intelligence check, Orion.
That is my
You
forte.
got this, buddy.
That's a save.
Alright,
It'd be the same, actually.
yeah, that's fine. You take a look at this maze-like pattern and give you a handout of what it looks like. It's a very complex pattern, and you start at the beginning of the maze and you trace your finger around, following the maze. There are different deviations where you could come to a dead end, and that's what you're trying to avoid. You do it correctly until your finger meets the very center point of the maze. Alright, nothing happens. But Hugh says, alright, should be good. It's best that you go first. See if anything bad happens.
Okay. Before we go, I want to check this skeleton now that we're up close to it.
Alright, you can make a medicine check. Alright, it's still pretty much impossible to tell if these injuries happened while this person was alive, or like maybe something had fallen on it afterwards. It seems more likely that all these broken bones happened as a result of their death. But they must have been here for many months. The skeleton could have even been here for longer than that. And there is no backpack or weapons or anything, so Yeah, it looks like maybe if this person had been killed by something, it would have been bludgeoned to death by something very big. Definitely not like a T-Rex or anything like that, though. These are like bludgeoning wounds, not like piercing wounds. But yeah, they don't have a single like possession around them either.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I'm not about to be bludgeoned to death by this statue. I will step forward.
Yeah, you're good. You go first.
Yep. Okay.
Alright, you move forward and you're fine, Orion. Nothing happens, the statue doesn't bludgeon you to death. Beyond the statue though, part of the bridge has fallen away, leaving a 20-foot gap. And the stone at either edge looks very crumbly and unsafe. And Radgar just steps forward. Huh. Symbol of Obteo. Easy. He just takes his finger and quickly traces that pattern. And he walks on ahead. Huh. Mazes schmazes.
Okay, I'll have a go. It's just pure intelligence.
Yep, intelligence check. Yeah, you easily trace it. You start at the beginning of the maze, work your finger around, and you finish in the end. Walk on through. Again, nothing happens as a result to say whether you've successfully paid homage or not. Alright, Talum, you trace your finger and you come to a dead end. You do not complete the maze.
Alright. I still go past it.
Alright.
No one needs to know.
As you step there, Talum, suddenly the statue animates. And it
Yes!
just turns around and tries to hit you with a massive stony fist. Its eyes gleam with these
I
gemstones.
was successful.
And it's a stone golem that looks like a Cholton warrior. Actually look kind of similar to the handout.
Yes.
It rises up off its pedestal and just tries to slam into you with a stone fist. And Hugh just yells, run! You've gone fucked up! Calendar. Calendar, as you did look under the bridge earlier, one thing that you noticed that may not have probably crossed your mind is that there were a number of vines hanging below the bridge that the baboons were using to swing across. And when you think about trying to get away, you do think about the possibility of swinging from vine to vine underneath the bridge to get away from this stone golem.
Because the Tyrannosaurus Rex is probably a lesser threat if you fall off.
Well, can I?
Oh, Petra's here now. What's that, Calendar?
Can I determine whether I can cross this gap from here?
I'm gonna put Petra next to you.
I doubt I could.
What, this gap? 20 feet? It's a bit of a jump. You would have to, I mean, alright, this area is a bit lower because this is an arched bridge. But, yeah. You, it would be very difficult for you, Calendar. What's your strength score?
8.
Yeah, I mean, usually you could only clear 8 feet with a long jump.
Would it help if I had a grappling hook?
At most, you think you could pretty much, like, because it's arched, if you used the parapeps, you know, if you, like, climbed up on this part, you could get it down to a relative distance of 10 feet. It would require a decent athletics check on your half, though, to get that extra 2 feet of jumping distance.
I'll poke it with my stick, I suppose.
What's the drop there?
100 feet.
100 feet there as well, okay.
Yep. It's like just 100-foot drop down into the gorge. All like these are sheer walls. All right, Kalendor. The rapier just like hits the statue and does absolutely nothing. It's a miss.
I'll dash.
Alright, bonus action dash to the end of the bridge. Victor.
I think I'll go.
The baboons
Okay.
have started screeching at this stage as well. And their voices are echoing, so it's sounding like like they're laughing at you.
With this, would that get me across?
What's your strength score?
8 as well.
Alright, well that gives you a 16 feet jumping distance. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do that then.
Alright,
And then,
as you run and jump, Victor, the edge is quite crumbly, and you need to make an acrobatics check.
okay, can I cast resistance on myself if I jump?
Sure. Wait, how much movement do you have though? How much did you move already?
So I was here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You're going to need to take the dash action. Otherwise you don't have enough movement to get across.
Okay, I have to do that.
Because it's at least 40 feet. It's at least 40 feet for you to get to
can
the...
use-
Okay,
He has bonus action from the step of the wind, you know.
Oh yeah, use the dash as a bonus
but
action.
oh, and I can. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can jump. Yeah,
Okay. Alright, so you run, you dash as a bonus action, you cast resistance, and
And
make
when
an
I'm,
acrobatics.
when I'm in the middle of the air, can I spin around and throw a dart at the statue?
You use your
just use
action.
your action to cast resistance,
Oh,
so no.
I did. Yeah, sorry. I'm done.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, hang on.
Alright, as you're leaping off, a little bit of the stone crumbles underfoot, and you land on that space, Victor, and that part of the bridge also crumbles underfoot, so you have to leap off here, and a bit more of the bridge just falls down, and you see rubble and rocks just bounce along the sheer ravine, falling 100 feet below, but you safely make it across. Hugh just disengages. Ah! Just starts screaming and starts running. And he just runs in front of Ragnar. This stone golem, as it animates and you try to cross Talum, it turns towards you and lifts up a giant stone fist. And it tries to bring it down on you. And it just hits you with this hammer fist for 22 bludgeoning damage. It brings up the fist again and attempts to slam it down onto you again. And it hits you for another 15 bludgeoning damage. You see the stone golem just pulverize Talum, and he's driven straight down flat onto the bridge. His head hits the stone and blood is coming out of his head. He's knocked unconscious and he's dying. Alright, Petra.
Turn quickly.
So you're just trying to cross a bridge at the moment.
So, Golem, did it go back inactive, or does it still look like it's moving?
It's still animated. What everyone was doing was trying to pay some homage to the forsaken god Abteo by tracing their finger around this pattern. And by completing the maze with your finger, you'll seemingly able to pass. Well, Hugh and Ragnar Ragnar, Orion and Kalendor were. But Talum failed and he got to a dead end. And then he attempted to pass and the golem animated and just whacked him. So it's like 100-foot drop down below you, Petra, and there is also a gap in the bridge over here.
Alright, so I will try to, I guess, do the pattern to see if it will stop afterward.
Alright, the pattern is on the base of this plaque, and it will take your action to trace it. And it will also require an intelligence check, so give me an intelligence check. Alright, you quickly trace the pattern with your finger, and you start at the beginning of the maze. You trace your finger frantically all the way through, and you get to the center point, and you take your finger off. But the statue hasn't returned back to its inanimate state.
Right, so that was 15 to get there. I guess that would be 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And that's where I'll end my turn. Or actually, I still have. Well, I had to do the action to do the intelligence check, so yeah.
Yeah, it took your action to trace the pattern because it's a little. It's a decent sized maze. Orion.
Sorry for this question. I just want to make sure it's a 20-foot jump to get across here.
It's a 20-foot gap. Because of the arch, it's effectively only 15 feet. Now you could actually like try and get onto one of these crumbling lips of the bridge and reduce the distance by another 5 feet, but it seems very unstable, and you saw like the bridge is pretty much crumbling underfoot, so they're very thin surfaces, like if you want to jump from one of the parapets.
Okay. So for my use object, can I get out my rope and toss it to Kalendor?
Yeah, you can hand him rope with an interactive object.
I will hand Kalendor my rope. Then
You're giving him the entire coil of rope.
yeah, I say, "Here's rope. Make the gap easy."
If you throw it to me, I can tie it over here.
I have another thing to do,
Oh.
and then I'll rage,
What?
and then for my action, I'll pick up Talon. I don't think I can go anywhere with him, but I'll be raging and holding him so I can move next turn.
Okay, you grapple him. You grab onto his leg. Alright, Talon, make a death saving throw. That's a failure. Radgar just steps up to the stone column. Ha! You think you're a Cholton warrior? Let us see! I will prove to you that I am more formidable. And he just rubs his hands together. He doesn't have his spear out at this stage. And he just steps over here. Ha! He grabs onto the statue and he starts trying to push it. He attempts to shove the statue. Ha! Alright, the statue is so big that it has advantage on this check. And it does not budge. He tries to like topple it off the bridge, but it's not moving anywhere. Kalendor.
I look at this shitty rope Orion has given me, and I drop it to the floor.
All right.
And I get
Wow.
my nice silk rope with a grappling hook attached to the end. And then I throw it over to Victor. Or try to anyway.
Can I use a reaction to catch it?
You can throw at Kalendor. Make a dexterity check.
I want to specify I'm just throwing one end, not the entire rope.
Yeah, you're holding on to one side. You know, you've got like a big coil of it around your shoulder, and you just swing the grappling hook around in a circular motion and throw it towards Victor. So make a dex check. That's
did it.
easily done. 9 is plenty. And the grappling hook just lands at Victor's feet. Or Victor, if you want to catch it, just make a dexterity save, Victor. You catch it.
I got resistance as well.
Okay. Yeah, you easily catch it. It's not too difficult to catch a rope. So, yeah, you've got the other end of the grappling hook now. There's a silk rope. Let's give a nice light blue color to that rope for Kalendor, because he's so fussy about it.
It's a nice
rope.
Do I have enough action points left to tie it off around the statue or something?
You could use your action to do that now.
I will do that. I'll tie it around this monkey statue.
Alright, make a sleight of hand check. The statues are relatively intact. They're a bit crumbly though. You probably don't want to put like your full weight on them. But you managed to tie the rope up around like the monkey's waist and whatnot. So a 50-foot rope as well. So there's like how long is that so far? 20. So there's like 25 feet of slack sort of dangling down here, like in that gap. Victor can tie it around the tree and make it go taut on his turn. Victor, what would you like to do? Would you like to tie it around the tree and make it go taut on your turn?
Yeah, I would. I'd do that.
All right, make a sleight of hand check. So you're quickly taking the rope and you're taking about 25 feet of it, throwing it onto the ground, and you've got a nice secure knot on the tree trunk there, Victor.
Okay, and then I'll stroke the silk rope and say silky, and then that'll be the word for.
Okay, healing word on Talum. Talum. You open your eyes, and
Supposed to be looking after me, Talum.
the split in your skull heals over as dried blood cakes the side of your head, and you just look up and that stone golem is there, just towering over you. Ragdar's attempting to try and push it, and Orion's got your leg. Hugh just starts running. Give me that! Damn it, I've only got one arm, but well, that's better than nothing. And
Disadvantage.
he just takes the rope and he pulls on it. And Victor, you just watch as the knot that you just made just undoes from him tugging on it, and the rope just like falls down.
It's silk. It's all slippery.
It like just falls down into the ravine like that. And Hugh just looks down at the rope and looks at you, Victor. He looks astonished.
I don't know, I'm gonna look guilty.
Are you trying to kill me, man? He says.
I'm gonna put my hat down my head.
Like, how hard is it to tie a knot with the grappling hook at the end?
We'll just jump over there.
I ain't got time for this! He's gonna dash, and he's going to actually, he's pretty strong, Hugh. And he just actually clears the entire gap. It's effectively a 15-foot jump. And, yeah, even as a bit of stone crumbles underfoot, he clears it and he makes his way to the other side. That's the end of
Did he take the
Hugh's
other
turn.
end of the rope with him?
No. The rope's like tied around the monkey and it's just dangling straight down 50 feet below the bridge now. The golem is going to try and push Ragnar back. Ragnar pushes on it, and it pushes on Ragnar. And Ragnar is holding his own against the golem for now. They're just pushing against each other, neither is moving. In this battle of strength. Petra.
Seeing as I don't know if it's after me or not, I'm going to disengage.
Alright, you run up 25 feet. So this bridge is like arched, Petra, so like the peak of the arch. Actually, I'll put you onto the side view map that everyone saw earlier. Maybe I'll put everyone on there actually, so you guys can still get a good picture of what this bridge looks like. Just put you guys over there like that. So it's like arched, and then there's like a 20-foot gap in the bridge. It's a 100-foot drop below, and there's like a T-Rex just drinking some water below you all.
That's a Brontosaurus.
So it's a yeah, artist impression. They got confused when they drew that. So Yeah, it's effectively a 15-foot jump, Petra, and you feel like you wouldn't be able to clear it. You could maybe climb up on the parapet over here at this crumbled part of the lip of the bridge and reduce the distance down to 10 feet. Even then, you'd need a decent athletics check and an acrobatics check to get across by jumping.
Could I, as a free action, just start rolling in the rope so Keldor can try to throw it again?
Yeah, you can just drag the rope up.
So yeah, I'll do that since my action was disengage.
Okay, you quickly you'll need to be over here though to grab it. Okay. You just grab it and yeah, you pull up all the rope so you've got it in your hands. Orion.
Do I know if I pull Talum out of the golem's area if he'll get an attack?
No, it doesn't provoke unless you move.
Okay. Then I will drag him as far as I can. If I dash, I can get him to the edge, so I'll do that.
Okay. You just drag him along the ground and make an acrobatics check, Orion. You're right on the edge of the crumbling bridge here. It's very unsafe. Part of the bridge is already crumbled underfoot when Victor and Hugh stood there. And as you step there, you step carefully in between cracks to avoid more decay of the bridge, and you're fine. Talum. Do you let go of Talum so he can move, Orion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also lose rage because I wasn't attacked or attacked anything.
You've still got one
Grapple
more.
with
I think you've still got
Grapple's
one
an
more
attack, isn't
turn.
it? A grapple is an attack.
Letting go of a grapple. A grapple is not an attack. It kind of is. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're still raging, Orion. You've got another turn before that will go away.
Thank you.
Talum, you can use half your movement to stand up, unless you just completely give up.
Well, I do have a concussion. I'm just like looking at things. I'm like, yeah, time to GTFO, and wings go on.
Okay, these golden spectral rings just appear behind you, and you take
Take
flight.
me with you.
Take this rope with you.
Sure, I'm take this rope and I'm gonna fly over there.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can take anyone since this is an action to get the wings on.
Alrighty. You grab that rope and where are you taking it over there?
Can I tie it to the tree,
Not this
or is
turn.
that like an action?
You can only interact with one object per turn, and you grab the rope.
Can I just like give it to Victor then, or he can take it from me?
You only get one interactive object per turn, and you grab the rope.
All right,
Victor can take it from you, though.
I'm just gonna fly around Victor, so it's tied around his neck.
Drop it.
Alright, Radgar is still pushing on this stone golem, and he just turns around to you all. Save yourselves, I'll hold out here! Ah! And he actually pushes the stone golem a full 5 feet towards the edge of the bridge. Calendar.
Can I wait till the rope's tied off to use it?
You can wait if you want. You can ready an action. It'd probably be better ready an action.
I'll hold my action to use the zip line once it's set up.
Alright, so once the rope is set up, you're going to
I'm planning to
Dash
use
across?
my bow as a zip line to
okay.
cross it.
Alright. You're gonna zip line down. Okay. Victor.
So I'm putting a bit of pressure over my rope tying skills now because everyone's watching. So
Performance anxiety.
There's literally a grappling hook.
Alright, you just tie the rope, and Hugh's just slapping his head. You literally, like, although you're trying your best, Victor, when you tie it, like, the way you tie it is pretty much like when pressure is applied to the rope, it undoes itself.
Just shrug my
It's
shoulders.
like an anti-slip knot.
Is it at least grab before it falls down again?
It's tied along. He pretty much just does like a single, like a bow tie, like you do on your shoelaces. It's like he's done a tie of a shoelace, and you're holding like that one single slither of the lace that you pull to undo the knot. And Hugh's just holding out his one arm. Just jump! Hugh will catch ya!
Can I change? Oh.
You don't have to. You don't have to use your reaction if you don't want, Calendar. You're not tied into that.
I was gonna. Could I?
You can't change it though.
No. I want to jump into Hugh's arm.
All you can do is just abstain from taking a reaction. All right, this stone golem is going to push back against Ragda, and Radka is just not moving. You're not even sure like which one is the actual golem at this stage. Is it Ragda or is it the golem? Petra, you're up.
Okay. I really want to. Do I feel more confident with Hugh on the other side saying he will catch?
I don't know. Do you?
Not really. Yeah, I will hold my action, or I'll wait for the rope to get tied. So
It's
I'll
tied.
go defensive for now.
The rope's tied.
Yeah, but when I tug at it, it comes off, doesn't it?
Okay, so well, you don't know that. I was just describing that
I'm
to you.
gonna tug at it to make sure it's secure first.
Okay, you pull on the rope and it just unravels again and falls down below.
I guess I'm going to use my action to reel it back up, and
Okay,
that will be me.
alright, you reel the rope back up and it's kind of coiled around the base of this monkey statue again. Orion.
I kind of feel bad that Rags is holding us off, so I'm going to run back, and I want to give the stone golem a big push, too.
Okay, make an athletics check. The stone golem does have advantage because of its size on this bridge.
I do, too, because I'm raging, right?
You do, yeah. And you push with Ragda, but it doesn't budge. Ragda just looks at you. Oh, you always got to be the big man, don't you, Orion?
Yes, I do.
Just push, damn it!
Put your back into it.
You can do it. Tell him.
Okay, so I'm gonna use dash and basically grab the rope, fly back, and
Okay,
hold on to it.
okay.
And to tell Hugh to help me out with the holding rope part. In case, the concussion really hurt my strength.
Alright, Radga's gonna try and push the golem some more. And the golem is pushed right up against the lip of the bridge. And Ragda's pretty much just pushing it on its chest. The golem's like half off of the bridge now. Only its legs are sort of still on the bridge at this stage. One more push and it's gonna fall off.
Is Ragda legal?
Calendar.
Alright, I look Hugh in the eye as I make my way over to the ledge here. So Hugh,
I got you, buddy. Come to Papa.
Hugh's got me. All right. Go back. Hugh, my beautiful boy, catch me.
Alright. The first thing you need to do, because you're trying to run along the crumbling parapets and to shorten the distance, is you have to make an acrobatics check. And guess what? You fail, and you slip off the stone, and you fall 100 feet down.
You didn't catch me.
All right.
Well,
So the
like how
parapet
I
just gives way underfoot. Kalendor. Stone crumbles underneath you, and you're already mid jump, so you've already committed to the jump, and all of a sudden you've just got nothing underfoot to leap off to, and you just leap straight down, land on the ground, and take exactly 1 hit point over your hit points of falling damage.
Oof.
You fall onto the ground, poof, slam onto the rock, and you've seen Kalendor hit his head, and he's not moving.
But the big question is the T-Rex moving?
The T-Rex notice.
We'll see. It hasn't reacted yet. And Hugh just yells out, "Are you right there, buddy? Get up! Hey!" Victor. Hugh glares at you. "This is your fault, Victor." Victor?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything on your turn?
Oh, sorry. So he's 100 foot down. Can I run down the bank?
It's like a sheer 100-foot drop.
Okay.
You can see it like in the side view. He fell like, yeah,
That's black for me.
pretty much. Oh yeah, because you're not on there. Poor Calendar.
Everything's black for you right now, buddy.
You're down here, Calendar. You're in
But
the
we don't use those words anymore.
you're in the T-Rex's mouth.
So there's nothing I can really do. Okay.
But that's
in that case,
Brontosaurus.
sorry. Is the rope tied?
Talum's got it, and it's tied to the monkey statue.
Okay, so I'll take it from Talon and I'll try and tie it again. This time I've got it because
Do
someone
you
just died.
give
so-
him the rope, Talum?
Huh?
Are you giving Victor the rope? He wants to take it.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be easier if Petra would just, they would just go across the rope without it being tied while we just hold on to it?
You're gonna fall into the cavern.
Oh, you okay? Well, you can kill the other party members, sure. Yeah, I give him the rope.
I didn't kill anybody.
You're tying.
You did this to him, Victor! He says.
I was waiting for the rope to come over, but he didn't make it.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
give it
try
to
again.
him because I need to go grab Calendar.
His blood is on your hands, Victor!
Okay, I'm gonna try the rope properly this time.
Okay, make another sleight of hand check. Alright,
Hey.
you see what you're doing wrong. You do a double knot, Victor, and it's all... Yeah, you can't go
If
wrong
you're
with a double knot.
Victor, what you were doing wrong was everything.
Alright, this time, yep, you secure it nice and tight. You even give it a good tug. It seems secure.
Okay.
Do you
I'm gonna
realize
grab-
there's a grappling hook at the end of the rope
Yeah,
that
I'm
you can
gonna.
use?
Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna do a spinning kick to make it go in a tree, just to double check. As bonus
Any
action.
knocks it loose.
You kick the tree. The tree is sturdy.
Right, I'm done.
Alright, Hugh is just looking down over the gap in the bridge. Hang in there, buddy. We're coming for you. We won't let Victor hurt you anymore. Shame on you. And Hugh is going to just take his backpack, sling it over his shoulder, reach in, and he's going to grab out a rope. And then he puts the rope in his mouth. You're not sure what he's going to do. Alright, Stone Golem is going to try and grab Ragda. And all of a sudden, as Ragda is pushing the Golem off, out of nowhere, the Stone Golem grabs onto Ragda. And it just, with its giant stony hand, it squeezes onto Ragda's torso and it lifts him up. And it grabs him and it moves back onto the bridge and swings around, holds him over the bridge, and lets go of him. And Ragda falls 100 feet.
He survived worse.
Ah! Avenge me, Orion! And he just lands on the ground. Oh, that's
Don't be dramatic.
not too bad. I'm okay. I'm okay. Petra.
Right. So I'm going to try to use the rope to get across.
All right, make an athletics check, acrobatics or athletics. Are you like trying to like climb across, or are you going to use something to zip line?
I'm going to try to zip line.
All right. What are you using to zip line?
I have an extra spare of Traveler's Glow, so I'll use that.
Okay.
Pretty much loop it over the rope and try to go through.
All right, make an acrobatics check. And I'm surprised you just didn't tightrope walk that shit. You just zip straight over and land perfectly on the ground on the other side.
And I look at Keldor and I tell him, that's how you do it!
This is a conspiracy, Hugh says. Orion.
Well, having watched Rag to be dropped off, I look straight up with this gigantic stone golem, and I'll take Petra's example and just try to use the rope to try to get across.
Okay.
I'll dash.
The golem actually will opportunity attack you because you were trying to push it off. So it swings one of its giant stone fists at you. And it whacks you for 9 bludgeoning damage as you run. And you're feeling like you could probably just jump the entire thing, Orion. Like if you're running this way. What's your strength?
It's only a 14.
Oh, okay. It might be safer
I
for you to.
acrobatics instead, yeah.
Yeah, you can do acrobatics. All right, yeah. You are you like zip lining or something?
Yeah, with the hand over hand at the rope, I thought.
Okay.
Or zip line, if that works.
Yeah, you can do that. Zip line will be quicker.
I'll do that.
Okay. You just what are you using to zip line?
My belt.
Okay. You start taking your belt off, and Hughes just is like, whoa, 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 and you just quickly loop it around the silk rope, and the silk actually makes it very easy to zip down because it's kind of slippery, and you zip straight over to the other side, no problem, landing safely.
You have advantage when you're rating on strength checks.
That was Dex.
I know.
Oh, I could have, I guess, but, you know.
Oh, you're over the other side either way. And anything else, Orion?
That's it.
Tell him.
Well,
Can you help him, tell him?
dashing down 60 feet. Or wherever I get down.
Okay,
After
you go down
Calendar.
60 feet, so you're 40 feet above Calendar now.
Watch
With
out for the
dash
T-Rex. Not initiative, but
Oh, alright, I'll slightly. So it grabs calendar instead of me first.
Alright, Ragda just stands up and brushes himself off. Meanwhile, the baboons are going ape shit. Oh, huh. I I've fallen from worse. I am Ragda, fuller of Firefinger, fuller of Aztaz more, ha ha ha! Defender of the innocent, slayer of Orion. And he just stands up and starts walking towards Calendar and Talon. The T-Rex's head, it's kind of pretty much straight down in the river, almost like its eyes are in the water, but its eyes are actually following Ragda, Calendar, and Talon at this stage. And it just tips its head up, and water drips off of its gigantic maw. Its razor-sharp teeth glisten in the sunlight, and it screams again. A massive roar. And Radka just draws his spear, flicks it around, spinning it around with a bit of flair. Come at me, big boy. And the T-Rex joins initiative as Ragda readies a spear attack. Calendar, make a death saving throw. That is a failure with a 12. The T-Rex starts coming over towards you guys. Its giant feet shake the ground and squash plants underneath. Even the baboons get spooked and they start monkey barring over away from it towards the other side of the bridge, screaming at the T-Rex at the same time with their sharp teeth showing. And the T-Rex it wades through the river, and the river itself barely goes up to the top of the T-Rex's legs, and it has no trouble just crossing the river at all. It goes under the bridge. It reaches this area and screeches again, and it just brings its head down and tries to bite Ragda. And it chomps straight down onto Ragda, grabbing him in its maw. He's grappled and restrained. Ah! And the T-Rex ends its turn there. Ragda's trying to swing at it, but he's not close enough. Victor.
So that's the range on a spear?
20-60, I think, for a spear.
Yeah, it is. Really can't do anything. If Keldor's got any bows or anything, can you bring one up from? I'm gonna dodge as an action.
Who shakes his
Just
head?
unconscious, not dead. Alright.
Ah!
Best, that didn't work.
There's nothing we can do! They're all doomed now! Say your prayers to Moradin. I'm sorry, buddy, I couldn't save you. And Hugh just puts his head down. Alright, the stone golem just returns back to its pedestal and becomes inanimate again. Petra.
So what I miss?
Do you have any spells over 100 foot?
Yes, I do.
Then do something.
Okay, so I'll just blast the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You'll need to come up to the edge to get a cleaner shot at it. And you point your hand down and you hit. The beam just explodes from your hand and it hits the T-Rex on the face. The T-Rex just kind of blinks a couple of times with Ragda in its mouth and barely felt that.
I will move back a bit afterward, so that way, just in case if it jumps, it can't get me.
It's 100 foot.
That's an amazing image, though.
Orion.
I will shoot the T-Rex with my bow. Disadvantage because it's. I think that the short bow is 120 on its outer range.
It's 80, sorry, on its. It's
Okay.
80 to 40, so disadvantage, yeah.
Okay.
It's a miss. You just sink an arrow into the ground nearby.
How'd you miss a T-Rex?
It's really far away.
Yeah, that's only a short bow. Tell him.
So it's an action to pick calendar up.
Yeah, grappling is an action.
You could fall.
And am I moving slower when flying?
Yeah, you move at half movement speed if you're dragging someone with you, unless they're two sizes different.
Oh, calendar, you've been always small guy, right? Just kidding. Well, yeah, then I was 40 feet down. Well, then I can't really do anything.
Shove some leaves in my mouth.
You're like an angel.
Can't even do that. Can I like go 30 feet and just drop the last 10 feet down? Oh wait, I'm probably gonna kill myself with that one.
You could fall, but yeah, there is a chance that you'll fall hard and hit your head on a rock, and you'll join Kalendor down there.
I forgot I have 4 HP. Well, I mean, sure. I'm gonna...
Gonna risk it?
Yeah, you've been very brave.
No, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna fly directly next to him, and as my bonus action...
You're taking a dash action?
Yep, and as my bonus action, Sanctuary on Ragda.
Okay. Alright, Radgar is in the T-Rex's mouth. And the T-Rex is just chomping down. Ragdar's gonna try and escape. That's all he can really do. You don't think he'll have too much trouble. And he just grabs one hand onto the base of the T-Rex's mouth. And he puts his other hand in the T-Rex's nose. And he just opens the T-Rex's mouth with his arms. Like,
what a guy.
And he falls out onto the ground. And then he turns towards you, Talum. What did you do to me? What is this magic?
The Tyrannosaurus Rex will have a harder time to hit you, but if you attack it, you're gonna lose it.
Huh. Very well. I will hold out. And he runs around, interposing himself in front of the T-Rex. Just hurry! Get him out of here! Don't worry about me. I've dealt with worse.
No more smoking cigarettes, Ragda.
Radier's just going to dodge for now. Kalendor, make a death saving throw.
Kalendor dead.
Everybody's very, very upset.
I couldn't even get to him to heal him last turn, so...
Dude, that's like...
Man, that sucks.
Kalendor's going to be a revenant or something for the rest of the session then.
But nothing killed me.
Didn't... He's still alive, isn't he?
Revenge against rocks. Against falling. You've got a vendetta against gravity.
How do you
It's
know?
not
It's not
against you.
It's against Shu, yeah, it's definitely not me. He trusted Shu.
A vendetta against gravity. Alright, so as you guys look down, like blood is just pooling around Kalendor's head. You don't really know that he's like dead yet though.
Is he dead?
He's fine.
Yeah, failed 3 death saving throws.
Was it,
Yep.
I thought you passed the first one. Oh.
Nope, it was 9.
It's a 15 to pass.
because of the death curse.
Ah, okay. So take his eyes or something, and we can do true resurrection later.
You can't do it. Death curse.
Alright, the T-Rex is going. I think he means later after you fix the death curse. Alright, T-Rex is going to try and chomp down on Ragda, and it makes a wisdom save. And it's trying to bring its head down at Ragda and chomp, but an invisible force holds it back. And
I tell Rag to see it's working.
Oh, that's not very good for you.
It then steps forward and it just flicks its tail at Kalendor, and it actually misses Kalendor's corpse and just smashes through a big pile of rubble, pulverizing it into dust.
See, the gods are on his side. He's fine.
Victor.
There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna
Clap. Alright,
There's nothing I can do.
Hugh just yells out, "Hang in there, buddy! You've got a guardian angel coming to rescue you! Just listen to my voice! Hang on!" Petra.
So I can see the Tyrannosaurus Rex from there, right?
You need to be to the close to the edge, because it's like 100 foot down. So.
I'll shoot it again.
That's another hit. And the Eldritch Blast slams into its side this time, and the T-Rex barely notices it. It kind of just roars and looks up at you a little bit.
Then I move back.
We just keep doing that for days until it's dead.
Ryan.
Disadvantage short bow here.
That's a hit. You sink an arrow into its shoulder. Blood starts to drip down the T-Rex's side, but it doesn't really look too hurt so far.
And then I kind of look at Petra and be like, "You feel safe back there, away 100-something feet away from the T-Rex?"
Yep.
Okay.
Tell him.
Okay, 1 second. If I cast command, it can work on T-Rex, right? Because it's a creature I can see.
Read the spell description properly if you're unsure.
Well, okay, I'm just gonna post it because I mean it's a very long one. Oh yeah, if it doesn't understand your language, okay, never mind. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't get that far, that's why. Alright, well, so much for that idea. Okay, I cast Sanctuary on myself. Do I see Calendar just like kicking the bucket?
You don't know that he's like any more dead than he was a second ago.
He just dodged the T-Rex.
He didn't ragdoll around? Alright.
He's just in the same state, like on the ground in a big pile of rubble, blood seeping out of his head.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna try to cast.
If you dropped that 30 feet, it would have been okay.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him? Or heal him in any form?
What are you using?
Well, lay on hands.
Lay on hands. Alright, yeah, you put your hand on him, Talum, and you place your hand on his bloodied head, and the lay on hands does not work. It's not healing him at all.
Did my action get consumed?
That did take your action, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Radka just yells, "Just get out of here!"
Well, I mean, I kind of want to save Ragd, but since my action is out, it's out.
I'll handle worse. I'll take it. Just get out of here now!
Oh, fuck it. I fly. Like 30 feet diagonally there.
Okay.
I do have the sanctuary. Yeah. Alright.
Alright, Radgar just, he held out, dodging before, as to not break the sanctuary, but now he takes his spear, and he just looks up at Orion. Orion! It's been good. And he attacks the T-Rex, breaking the sanctuary. Ah! He just roars, and he jumps up and tries to spear the T-Rex. He drives the spear into its leg. T-Rex barely flinches. He spins around, slashes at the T-Rex again, slicing it near its neck. And then he leaps up, and he gets knocked over as the T-Rex swings around. Its tail knocks Ragnar to the ground. And then
This man
Ragnar
is a legend.
gets back up, faces this beast. Kalendor, you're just you've got a vendetta against gravity, so it's starting to brew inside you this hate, this anger. But you'll be out for now.
One-armed people.
He's gonna be he's gonna destroy Toril.
Alright, all of a sudden the T-Rex just chomps onto Ragnar. You see its sharp, piercing teeth stab into Ragnar's glistening abs, and it picks Ragnar up in its maw, and it's just like eating him alive. Ragnar just roars out, "Ah!" And Ragnar's covered in his own blood. Victor.
So, if there's any berries in these trees, I want to use them for my petting supplies, and I want to draw a picture of Ragnar and the T-Rex and Calendar.
I am not dead yet! Ragnar yells out.
Can I do that?
Foraging takes time. You can't do it in 6 seconds. No. We're in combat.
Okay. Can I do it in blood then?
You can't do it in 6 seconds, no.
So I can't draw a picture in blood.
Where are you getting blood from?
Me
So you're cutting yourself?
to get the because I can't get the berry. So
Alright, make a... What are you using to cut yourself? Radgar's just roaring at this stage.
I guess.
Ah! Alright, you take 1 point of piercing damage. And...
Okay, and now the masterpiece.
Alright, you just dip your finger into the blood and start painting a picture. Make a check with your
With what attribute?
painter supplies. Intelligence.
Ooh.
It's beautiful. It's like literally in 6 seconds. It's like a smiley face, and then little stick figure T-Rex.
I'll keep that in my collection.
You see like a couple of strokes with blood. Hugh just yells out, Petra.
Okay, let's see here.
You can hear Ragnar's cries of pain. The baboons are screaming at the T-Rex. Blood is just dripping down from the Tyrannosaurus Rex's maw.
Careful, Petra. Don't get close to the T-Rex.
So if I
You're
cast,
dangerous standing right there.
so if I cast Shatter on the bridge, will the rocks hit the T-Rex and do damage to it?
Depends on how much damage you do to the bridge.
I guess I'll try to do that, seeing as I guess it's better than just trying to hit it every time with like a pin almost.
Okay. Alright, you do a thunder wave on Where are you doing it? Sorry, a shadow. Sorry.
Pretty much over on the bridge, over the T-Rex.
Okay, that part of the bridge
underside it as
is relatively intact, and it just kind of puts a crack in the bridge with 10 points of damage. It's not enough to break the bridge apart. The bridge has got this crack in it now, and when you do that, the golem actually animates again. It turns towards you, Petra.
Good job,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, I moved back a little bit more than.
You'd have to hit it, a few more times to actually break pieces of bridge off. 10 damage, not enough. Orion.
Like Hugh, I'll let out a big Ragda scream, and I'll try to shoot the T-Rex some more.
That is a miss. Tell him.
How tall is this thing?
It's huge, so it's 3 by 3.
And it can reach 10 feet up in the air as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a little flyby. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast another sanctuary on the Ragd.
Okay. Radka just yells, "Just get out of here!"
Just run away, man! Run away! And use the rest of my
You're a fool!
dash up.
There ain't no running anymore!
I use the rest to dash up a little bit more.
Okay.
30 feet up in the air. More.
Alright, Radka just breaks that sanctuary straight away. There ain't no running! And he makes his first attack and says, I am Ragda! And he misses as he's just getting clenched in the T-Rex's maw. Fooler of Firefinger! And he stabs the T-Rex in the cheek with a spear. Blood just spurts out everywhere. The T-Rex lets out a shriek. Climber of Firefinger, Ragda says, and stabs it again in the side of the face. The T-Rex looks bloodied now. Remember me, Orion, Ragda calls out. And as his voice echoes throughout this chasm, it sort of says, Orion, 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 and sounds like a muhahaha. Calendar, you're still just broiling with anger. You're thinking about gravity and the laws of relativity and
Curse you, Newton.
the T-Rex is gonna chomp down on Ragda some more. And suddenly the T-Rex's jaw snaps shut and blood just spurts out everywhere. I'm gonna give Ragda death saving throws. He deserves them. Victor.
He carried us through many encounters.
Very slim chance that he will survive, but it's not looking good.
So I've already drawn Ragda, so I'll draw Calendar then. There's mud on the ground, so I can use that. And 6 seconds wasn't a lot, so I'll try and make it a bit better.
Okay. Yeah, you just add a little bit more detail to it. Just like looking up at the mutilated Ragda, looking back down at the parchment, squiggling a little bit more. You look back up, you're like, oh, that limb wasn't ripped off a second ago, and then you quickly fix the paint. up. And Hugh just falls down to his knees. He's being like super dramatic. Ah! Damn you, Obteo! Damn you, world! Petra.
Right, so that didn't work before, so let's try Scorching Ray.
The golem's also making its way towards you, Petra, but it can't, like, it doesn't look like it's going to jump the bridge. Alright, you fire down a Scorching Ray. The first one hits, second one misses, third one's a crit. Poof, bolt of fire hits the T-Rex on the side. The next one hits it directly on the top of its head. Its flesh burns away, and the T-Rex looks quite badly hurt. Ryan. You hit it with an arrow in its leg, and it starts to stagger slightly.
Ragda, you died with honor.
You gonna kill it?
Hopefully.
Talon.
Well, I'm back here.
Okay, you fly back up to the other side of the bridge with everyone else.
We lost our MVP. No.
Keep fighting.
Calador.
We can still save him.
I'm already dead, guys.
They don't care about you, Calendar. They're talking about Ragda.
Exactly.
So I say, that's enough shooting now. They're both dead. There's no need to kill the T-Rex.
I'm not even sure if I have.
Honor
my-
demands its death. Keep fighting.
Really?
Yes.
Like, you're a good man?
What?
Do
What?
you, do
You're a good man, right?
Me? I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, there's no need to kill it now.
really want that thing chasing us through the jungle?
It won't if we kill it.
It's stuck.
Radka's going to make a death saving throw. I'm still alive! Alright, Calendar, you're just like thinking like, damn you, Newton and your laws of gravity. Damn you, Einstein. Your theories of relativity. And T-Rex squeezes down on Ragda some more. And as it's under fire, it screeches and it starts stomping off with its food. Moving 50 feet over here. Victor.
I guess I'm done. I'm gonna throw a dart at this stone golem because it won't fall.
Okay. Alright, the dart hits the golem and the dart has no effect. It is completely immune to your weapon. The dart just hits the ground on the bridge.
So I lost
And,
another dart. Okay, I'm done.
The golem's just angrily shaking its fist at you guys, like standing at the edge here. We gotta get out of here.
I don't want to say anything, but you know, there's a party that's kind of on the other side of the bridge, right?
There's what? Sorry? Do you have a party? Yeah.
I mean,
No, they found a
there's
separate
couple
bridge.
people on the other side, you know.
They found
Ah,
a
good.
You guys can yell out to them and tell them, like, all they need to do is just successfully trace the puzzle or whatever, but don't worry about that right now. Let's just get through this. Petra, you're up.
Yeah. I scream out, no, Ragda! And I Eldritch Blast.
Alright, you try to shoot the T-Rex down as it's running off, and that hits.
Jesus, what are you doing?
The beam slams into it. The T-Rex screeches some more, and it's just like leaving a big trail of blood through the jungle as it's running off to the north.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Trigger fingers.
Orion.
He still has Ragda.
I'll try to sight it with my bow, but I'm pretty think it's out of range by now. Yeah.
It's still 100 feet away from you.
Okay. Then yes.
And you hit it with another arrow. It roars some more, and more blood trails behind it. Talon.
Nah.
You got angel
I
wings.
don't-
You can't do anything.
Me, I'm stopping my bleeding by putting all the fucking lay on hands of what I got on myself.
Okay. Radgar will make another death saving throw. He's on 2 failures and 1 success. This next roll will determine the history and the fate of Ragda.
That 20.
Nat 20.
I'm still alive! And the T-Rex now dashes away with Ragda.
Ragda, no!
Alright, I just need to check something. You guys look, and then suddenly, you wouldn't believe this. He actually did get a natural 20 on his next death save.
Oh.
You look over, and just beyond the tree line, like 100 feet down the river, you see a Ragda like, still fighting the T-Rex in the T-Rex's mouth. Alright, I'm gonna roll his attacks so you guys can see what happens.
2 nat 20s. Come on.
He wakes up and he stabs the T-Rex in the side of the face.
He's gonna do it.
And he stabs the T-Rex in the chest.
Not 20, not
And
22, not 20.
he takes a spear and he drives it down into the center of the T-Rex's skull. And you just see the T-Rex topple down.
Are you kidding me?
Radka just roars. Ah! And stands up.
Oh my god.
I shit you know, he rolled a d20. I whispered his final death save and it was a natural 20.
I fly after him.
Alright, we're gonna take a 10-minute break now.
The most powerful NPC to ever exist.
Even Seb can't get rid of him.
And I'll see you guys back
Seb's
soon.
trying to get rid of him and he can't.
Alright,
Boy.
so Calendar, you can just play with your character as like a revenant for the rest of the session, or you could control like one of the NPCs if you want. It's up to you.
You can be Ragda.
He knows he
That's
wants to
too
be
much
huge.
power for one person.
I'll have a think about it anyway, and then if you if you just want to play your character for the rest of the session, you can as like an undead. You know, it's been afflicted by the death curse that will crumble to pieces at the end of the session. Anyway, I'll see you guys back in 10 minutes. I can't believe Ragnar is still alive. That was just...
That's amazing. He almost soloed a T-Rex.
And he had to like hit on all 3 of those attacks to take the T-Rex down as well.
Or 1 crit.
Alright, I'll see you guys soon.
So does that mean we get T-Rex experience?
The important question.
Ragda gets the experience. We just get maybe onlooker experience, I guess.
Well, I hit it a bunch of times.
Yeah, sure, so did I. But I mean, Ragda
I
tanked
cast
that
Sanctuary
entire
on him.
thing. Hey, Silent PQ here. Guess not.
What's up?
I was gonna ask him what his next character was gonna be.
No, I have already, a character sitting in the.
I built 2 or 3 because this is such a high fatality campaign.
I actually wanted to die there because the other character is just perfect for this campaign. It was already built before this campaign, but I was like thinking, paladin duty. Somebody has to do it because paladins are just like all around, just great.
You can sunset this character if you want to do the other one. I'm guessing.
Well, I already asked some, so.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what he thinks, and maybe this one's gonna be, swapped out for. Oof.
Do you know what you're gonna make, or what? Do you want to tell what the character is?
Well, basically, it's gonna be a life cleric, but human life cleric, but oof, boy. Can it not get lost? Basically, he would need to lead the party, but yeah, he cannot get lost. Well, he can, but actually, he can tell the direction we're gonna be going at any time, which is, I don't know how we get lost. I mean, unless I don't know where the fuck we are on the map. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. Man, we really need some flying, or at the very least, feather fall.
Flying? Well, I mean, he's not gonna be ASMR, that's for sure.
Yeah. The way it's going, I think every PC is gonna die by falling off of something.
Which is why I refuse to go anywhere without there being some type of safety system to give me advantage.
Sure. Maybe we'll just stay on the ground from now on.
Yeah, but I actually have no idea how you actually kill this guy. Well, not kill, but how he gets lost.
So it'll be fun to test it because he'll get a lot of practice.
Well, because technically what I'm thinking, because I needed to kind of change the background, he could be like the Wanderer, or Outlander, or whatever it was called.
Hey
I think
guys.
that those ones.
Hey, so.
Hey.
Okay, so the very slightest chance of Ragda surviving happened. On Ragda's next turn, as he was being taken away by the T-Rex. In the T-Rex's mouth, Ragda got a natural 20 on his death saving throw, woke up, and landed all 3 attacks, dealing just enough damage to finish off the T-Rex escaping from its maw. Ragda is just soaked in his own blood. He just lifts his spear up and his shield up and just screams, "Ah!" And his voice just echoes throughout the entire chasm, and the baboons are going crazy. I am Ragda, faller from Firefinger, climber of Firefinger, fuller of Aztaz Muhahaha, and slayer of T-Rex.
So yeah, I will playfully shove Victor and say, see, I helped him out with that.
Calendar, do you decide what you wanted to do? Are you back?
Oh yeah, I pick up Ragda and drag him back up to us.
I guess Revenant, not me.
Okay. So tell him you fly down. You've got just enough time left to grab Ragnar and Calendar and take them up. And Calendar, you awaken on full hit points, and your type is changed to undead. And for now, you just play out as your regular character for the rest of the session, but you will crumble to dust at the end of the session, just so you have a character to play. And they'll give you a character sheet. You'll need to make another level 4 character. For the encounter, you guys also get 920 experience.
I have no idea what experience you're saying right now.
We're at 3,250.
Well, can sound
Plus
something
whatever
different.
we just got.
Alright, Radgar just smiles at you. Orion, he takes off his helm. Felt like some of you gave up on me.
I never gave up on you.
I told you I got this. When I say I got this, I got this. The others
Treading the needle.
come running, these 4. And you guys hear Hugh just yell out, "You got to trace your finger on the symbol!" And he explains to these 4 what they need to do. They all go forward and trace their finger on the maze. They seem to do it successfully, because when the 4 of them pass the stone golem statue, the statue does not animate and attack them. Undril just yells out to you, "Oh, Master Tellum, are you okay?"
Well,
"Are you hurt? I'm coming! I'm coming to save you! Just stay right there!"
don't forget there's a rope.
Yeah, use the rope.
Alright, he takes his mace and tries to use it to zipline across. "I'm a coming! Ah!" And he just ziplines across and crashes onto the ground. "Master, may I heal you? You are hurt."
Heal Ragd. He's been through worse. I can handle myself.
"Don't touch me. I don't need your healing. I'll be fine. I just need to rest a little bit." And Ragda just goes and sits down next to this tree, covered in blood. Just takes out a rag and he starts wiping the blood off slowly.
Ragda, you've proven your honor time and time again. You, very, very impressive, sir.
Do you not think I am worthy?
I think you've proved that you are. Many times.
Yet I still travel with you. I set out to prove myself. And you have freed me. Now, I need not to prove myself to anyone.
You are a free man and may choose when and where you travel and who you do it with.
And that's why I choose to travel with you. However, I do not appreciate some of you giving up on me so easily. I will remember this. And Ragda shows resentment. His mood slightly changes towards the party. Because some did not look out for him. They gave up on him too quickly.
Yeah, I helped them all the way to the end.
He still holds you guys in high regards. Alright, Turig's just going to turn to a spider and spider climb across. And Zandala looks at this gap and says, "Phew, there's no way that I'm going to leap across that." Huh. And she casts a spell. And all of a sudden, she begins to fly. And she just harmlessly flies across. Mushurib sizes up the zip line, sizes up the gap. I'll try my luck with jumping. And strangely, he just like takes a little bit of a run up, and he like jumps. He jumps like 30 feet, like magically assisted, just whoop. But you didn't see him really cast any spell or anything. He just said a quick whisper to himself, and then he just whoop, jumps the entire 30-foot gap. You learn a few tricks when you're a native to Chult. Nature spirits. They look out for me.
Seems helpful.
Well, I'm taking a break before we head on any further, if that's all right. Ragnar says.
Yeah. Think they've earned it.
Alright, he's going to take a short rest, so you guys are welcome to take a short rest as well. Oh, I'm feeling a lot better. He just spends that hour just wiping all the blood off himself, making sure his spears, everything is intact. Looks like Kalendor survived as well. Well, if he fills his hit points up, it will look like that. Just a minor inconvenience. And Hugh turns to you all and says, "Alright then! I told you I would not lead you astray. We wanted to go towards Misro, and I've taken us closer. We've got to be at Ataz Muhahaha."
Can you get us to Mesro from here?
Well, we're over the other side of the bridge now, so,
Gotcha. Well, might as well go to Kir Sabal. It's what Kalendor would have wanted if he were still alive.
He's still alive, look.
Nope, he's not saying anything. He must still be... He's dead. We saw him die.
How did you survive that fall, by the way?
I cast Divine Sign. I mean, I
Gravity
don't
has no
do that
effect
because
on
I
me.
did heal you.
Alright, so yeah, you guys are on the other side of the bridge. If you wanted to get to Methro, you'd have to cross back over. So, it's up to you guys.
I mean, we might as well go to Kir Sabal now.
Zondalis disagrees. No. We need to go to Mesro, she says.
Interesting. You expressed interest at Mesro before. Would you mind telling us why?
My mother is from Mesro. I believe my father may have been trying to look for her. I was hopeful when I had learned that we were headed for Mesro. We must turn back. We must go to Mesro. Please. My father is all alone.
Is
I
there
thought
another
he was
way?
with somebody. He left with somebody. Snake Man.
Yes, all alone with that creature. I meant away from family and those that know him.
Is there a way to get there without having to cross this specific bridge?
I can conjure a spell that will allow us to fly.
All of us?
I can allow 2 people to fly and they can carry us over. But I don't trust everyone here.
Who don't you trust?
If I'm to help you all get to the other side of the bridge, I only want Orion, Talum, Petra, Kalendor, and Victor coming with me. Do not
We
trust.
need Ragda.
Don't trust these NPCs.
That's racism.
Wait, but she mentioned Ragda, didn't she? Not.
No, she did not mention Ragda.
Why?
If you will
He's
tell
not
us,
an NPC. He's a god.
Ha!
if you will tell us why, we can talk about it. Maybe separate from everyone, but you should tell us why you don't trust them.
Very well. I'll tell you. Over the other side of the bridge.
I'm okay with that.
Alright. She uses a spell. She casts a spell. She whispers an incantation. And she... you see some of the dragon scales on her face shimmer. As she takes a few components from a leather pouch by her side. And all of a sudden... Talum and Orion... She casts fly on you all. Both of you can fly now for 10 minutes.
Yay. Alright, well. All aboard the Talum train.
Alright, Talum, you are able to taxi everyone over. Musharib, Ragda,
I'm taking the rope over.
Hugh and Undrul will stay here.
I'll cut my arms underneath Kalendor while he takes the robe under. Come on, man, you got this.
I'm
Don't
taking
fall.
the rope.
Be careful, it's all good.
Can I... Is there any way for me to walk, like, through the chasm and climb up the other side?
You're not the Terminator. You're...
I just want to be Ragda. So
You can try to climb. But if you die again, then it will be permanent this session. You have to play an NPC for the rest of the session. It would be a very difficult climb. You'd need an athletics check. If you fail, you'll fall 100 feet.
I don't trust it. I don't trust this gap.
Well,
I'm literally
they're
flying.
flying. They're going to pick you up and carry you across.
I want Talon. I don't trust her.
What? I would never drop you.
Alright, all aboard the Talon train.
Zandala, can we take the Batiri too? Did you not want Turd?
Maybe later.
Somehow.
Okay, sounds good. He'll meet us there, maybe.
Yes.
And I'll take.
I saw him turn to a spider. I don't trust him either. Maybe he'll just turn to a spider and follow us. Probably. Just don't ask me any more questions about anyone about NPC. All right, so okay, you guys safely fly over and cross the other side of the bridge. The golem does not seem to care about you guys going this way, so you don't have to like trace your finger or whatnot. And all right, when you get across, Zondala then sort of speaks to you all about her father. There's something you need to know about my father, Arda Simba. He's not just aimlessly wandering these jungles of Chult. You're trying to stop the death curse, are you not?
That's
Yes.
the goal.
I believe that he is trying to do the same. You see, he's always been regarded as a hero. He's a former member of the Harpers. He met my mother here in the jungles of Chult. Alessander, her name was. She lived in Mesro before the spell plague. But the entire city, it disappeared during that time. And so did my mother. My father, he was on the mainland, helping out the Blackstaff of Waterdeep when this happened. When he learned of the news, it pained him. Knowledge and history has always been important to him, but when he learned of my mother's disappearance, he put everything else on hold, and he travelled to Chult. I do believe he's headed to Mesro to try and make sense of what has happened. I'm not sure who this lizard person is, but I fear they may be leading him into a trap. Now, there is something you must know about my father as well. Something more important than what I've just told you. I'm only telling you this because we've traveled together now for many weeks, and I've begun to trust you. My father is slow to trust others, and that trait has been passed down to me. But you've proven yourselves. He is the keeper of the Ring of Winter.
Oof.
It's a powerful artifact in his possession. I do believe this lizard creature may be luring him to a trap, to claim this Ring of Winter to him for himself, for itself. The ring is powerful. It holds tremendous magic within it. There are many who will want this artifact. That is why my father is in danger, and it is imperative that I find him immediately.
Can I do an arcane to find out what the Ring of Winter is and does, maybe?
Yeah, you can try and recall some lore about it.
I know nothing.
This is the first you've heard of it. Nothing really comes to mind when you think of it. You're just imagining some sort of ring with ice properties. So, I hope this clears things up a little bit, why it's imperative that I must find him. If this item, this ring, were to fall into the wrong hands, it could bring about doom for many.
Why don't you trust the other people in our party?
I've travelled with them and they seem reckless. That Undril, well, no offense, but he's a buffoon. And Hugh, he's just crazy. Musharib, he's very standoffish, and I feel like I don't really know him properly, and Radgar is just... I'm worried that his hunger for power could lead him to want the Ring of Winter. But you all seem level-headed.
Well,
For him, Kalendor. Are you okay there, Kalendor? Your eyeball is facing the wrong way. Let me just fix that up for you. And one of Kalendor's eyes like drooped out the side of his head. She just like pokes it and rolls it back into the right spot. There you go.
Can't you see it? It's everywhere.
So as I was saying, it's you four that I trust for your sanity.
you should have a way of things. Well, I mean, we wouldn't trust Calendar if he drops off a bridge 100 feet down and then just like comes back up without anyone's help and just like, yeah.
Ragda did. Why can't I?
Well, I kind of flew him up.
Alright. Have we lost... Victor, he's gone? Okay. I must have missed that. Did he say he was going to bed?
I don't think he mentioned anything.
He did say he was going to leave early, so...
He did.
Okay. Alright, so current party composition. You have Zandala, Kalendor, Talum, Orion, and Petra. Just the 5 of you. So, let's go on over to the map. And you're over the other side of Ataz Muhahaha. So, you're trying to get to Mesro. It's quite early, like it's still, like you've barely started your adventuring day thus far. That'll happen like, you know, first thing when you guys woke up, like literally less than an hour after you'd left your camp for the night the next morning. So it's a nice sunny day, you know, no rain. You're only 10 miles from Mesro according to the map. Who will navigate?
I have a survival of 1.
My survival is higher than that. I guess I'll do it unless anybody has objections.
I do not.
All right. So when
I
you
object.
you don't actually roll a survival check when you're navigating. So Orion, you need to pick the pace: normal, slow, fast.
We're so close. I think we're gonna do a slow pace.
Okay. You opt for a slow pace. That allows you guys to stealth. So if you come across any creatures, could be anything in the jungle. Could be zombies. Could be ghouls. You're in undead territory. Could be a bunch of raptors. Some sort of dinosaur. Could be another T-Rex. Could be who knows what. So going at a slow pace is a nice cautious approach. And you're branching out into the undead territory of the jungle. So you're just trying to navigate through dense jungle terrain. There's no rivers or landmarks that will guide your travel. And you're doing good. You find exactly where you are on the map. You take a look at the ravine, Ataz Mahaha, some of the terrain around you, where there is undead jungle, where there are parts of the jungle where they're still kind of vibrant and thriving. And you start your journey. You travel at a slow pace, moving cautiously for the entire day. And you don't have any encounters, and you just navigate directly north. You're like quite close to Mesro. Still one more hex to go. Everyone take a long rest. The next day passes, it's day 22. And your water skins are actually sort of like empty at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, purify food and water by a river if we're next to a source or something.
Alright, someone could make a survival check to try and find some water. Some little pockets of water and whatnot.
Can I... Well, I don't have it skilled, but can I still aid, or I would just have to make my own?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to like contribute to someone's ability if they are proficient themselves. Because you wouldn't really be giving them any useful advice or anything like that. But you could go look on your own if you want. Alright,
skilled people.
That's right, Orion's found some brackish pools of this like rotten water. It's like got mosquitoes buzzing around it. It's filthy. It stinks. You feel like it could be heavily contaminated. But oh, is Victor back? Is he here or not?
He's not in
Wait,
voice.
how is he?
Like he's in with one.
Why is he? How is he rolling? What's going on here? He's in the AFK channel.
Well, I think he just saw a survival check and he just decided to roll.
All right, let me put him into the chat. Victor, are you there, guy?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're in the AFK channel. We thought you'd left.
Oh shit.
We just like I thought you'd gone, and I just saw like you roll the survival check.
Oh, was I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, if you go AFK after 15 minutes, it'll put you in that channel. All right. So yeah, Orion, you find some water and tell him you've got purified food and water prepared.
Yep.
Okay. How much is that? Can you just start that spell description again?
5-foot radius sphere center.
Okay. Alright, you guys just fill up your water skins with this disgusting water, and Orion just like handling it and trying to get it into the water skins and whatnot. I guess you could do it, you could purify it before that. It would make more sense. Alright, yeah, it should be clean now. So, you fill up your water skins with clean water. You make for camp, and do you guys want to do a watch? Rotating watch for the night?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's kind of nice to not have to sort of pinch tets and whatnot. You can kind of just sleep in a somewhat cleared area. You know, you've got your mosquito coils burning. You know, you've covered yourself with insect repellent, and you just lay out your bed rolls. You find a somewhat dry area, and you have no problems during the night. And during the middle of the night, it just starts pissing down. You guys get like rained on, and it wakes everyone up. It's annoying. You have to like move under some cover, but you guys get back to sleep, and it's the next day.
Can we have set up a rain catcher then if it started raining?
Yeah, you can set the rain catcher up. It's only gonna get like a couple of hours worth of rain. The water skin's already full though anyway. So it's you don't have anything to carry the water in.
That's fine.
My hat.
But hopefully it will rain throughout the day, and like tonight you can get the water catches set up again, the rain catches. All right, day 23. It's rainy, and Orion, you're right. You got to be right in the vicinity of Mesro. So you're just navigating now, I presume. And
Unless Victor, you want to give it a try?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
all right, Victor, what pace do you want to set? Normal,
Look around.
slow, or
See what the
fast?
pace is. I'm going to point forwards, and I'm going to go fast.
Well, you're only 10 miles from Mesro, so you don't really need to go fast.
Okay, normal then.
It's a normal pace. Okay, you could go slow if you want to.
Okay, go slow.
Alright, so if you go slow, there is a chance you won't make any progress today.
Oh, we'll go normal then.
Okay. Normal pace.
Do you want a survival check?
You don't make a survival check. Alright, I'm just checking to see how this day goes. Alright, you've been traveling for most of the day, and it's nighttime now. The sun has set. And again, there are just like corpses everywhere. You see like beasts that have had all their insides like ripped out of them. There are carcasses, bones with rotten flesh attached to them. Bones everywhere.
Humanoid?
Make a medicine check if you want to stop and check out the bones. See what they belong to. You would presume at first glance that they're just some animal bones. Alright, Victor, you go over. So you're just like in the dense jungle, and you take a look at this big pile of bones, and you see a humanoid skull.
Okay, so...
And suddenly a skeletal hand just reaches up, buried underneath this pile of muck, and grabs onto you, and 3 other skeletons rise up around you, and they attack. You're attacked by 4 skeletons.
Or disengage unless if we're not in initiative. Like it.
we're in initiative. We've got to roll initiative. So I'm just gonna move you guys onto a map. You're in jungle terrain, so it's also nighttime. Let me get a map for you guys. So it's very dark. Who wants light sources?
I do.
I would have light on me, yeah.
Yeah, I would just cast light on whatever.
Okay, I'll sort that out. There's only 4 skeletons, so it's nothing too crazy. And you're like...
Oh, that's what you always say.
in
Yeah, that's what
melee
he always says.
That's just a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's nothing too crazy.
Kill these and a massive one will burst out with 6 heads.
Okay, I'm just setting up this encounter, so... And, oh, you're here with us now, Victor. Okay, so...
It's just a blue orb. What's gonna happen if you hit it? You're probably gonna win. Oh, wait.
Just a Jurassic.
Alright, so you guys are sort of here, following Victor through the jungle. And let me get those light sources out. So Petra, you're lighting light spell.
I do not have one, so I'm going to rely on other people to cast it for me.
Okay, Victor, you've got a light on your hat or something.
Yep.
Okay, and did someone else want light?
Yeah, I cast light on myself or whatever. Yeah, myself.
Okay. Alright, so just 4 skeletons. They have like some dirt and scum built up all over their bones, and they carry these rusted blades in their hands. They were buried under this thick mud and have just risen. And you guys have fought skeletons before. Just as you guys were looking for camp, this happens as well. Just as you're about to retire for the day. And the API seems to have broken. I have to restart it.
This is a different camp as well.
Yeah, there's no rivers here. It's not the river camp.
I can put my art up here.
API just had to restart. Alright, Calendar, you're up first.
Alright, let's see.
Alright, you run over to the skeleton and you attempt to swing your rapier at the skeleton, and like your pinky finger just like falls off and crumbles to dust, throwing your balance off.
Bonus action dash.
There's a big fallen tree here as well. All of this area would be difficult terrain, and if you want to stand on it, you'll need to make an acrobatics check. Alright, Petra.
I will move there and Eldritch Blast the one by Victor.
That's a hit. Alright, the beam slams into the skeleton, breaking off multiple bones, and the skeleton begins to fall apart. The skeleton draws its short sword back, and it's like a rusted blade pretty much. Like you wouldn't even call it a short sword. And it tries to... Whoops, I did not mean to click that. Anyway, it's the same attack roll. That's a miss. Another skeleton jumps forward, running at you, Victor, emerging out of the muddy ground, covered in scum. It tries to slash you, and it misses you. And another skeleton rises, clinging onto a rusted blade. It pushes through, stepping on a fern, and tries to stab you. And it's a miss. Orion.
Save the ferns.
Orion? You're muted.
I explained my full battle plan into a muted microphone.
I've
did you
done the
say
same
that
thing.
This area right here is difficult terrain?
Yeah, like what, over here?
Like right here in between me and
No,
Ryan.
no.
Okay. Then I'll run in.
It's just like
Rage.
a sort of a dirt ground covered in moss and a few small plants. It doesn't slow you down at all.
Okay. And then I'll recklessly attack the this one here with rage.
That is a direct hit, and you almost completely destroy the skeleton with that attack. Bones just snap off of it and begin to fall down into the muddy ground. Victor.
Okay, I'll hit the one north of me with my court staff.
It's a miss.
Missed. Okay, in that case then I will use my war priest and
Alright, that is a hit. You swing the quarterstaff around, and the quarterstaff just smashes through the skeleton's skull, breaking through all its rib bones, and just turns it into a big pile of crumbled bone on the ground.
okay, done.
Zandala casually steps forward and skirts around here. As she's doing this, she is going to pull out a small gemstone, and she clutches it in her hand. She then throws it up into the air, and a beam of lightning shoots from the gemstone straight at this far skeleton. And it misses. That's the end of her turn. It flies past Victor and Orion, narrowly missing them, but also misses the skeleton. Lightning explodes into the mud ground, and poof, mud and dirt just fly upwards. Tell him.
The first attack is going to be against this one.
That is
Okay.
a miss.
The second one is going to be against that one.
That is also a miss.
Alright.
The skeleton, after emerging from the mud, it still has some vines and leaves and moss clinging to the bone. It runs at Victor and tries to stab him. And it misses. Kalendor.
Oh yeah, actually I forgot. I'm gonna use my
It's
reaction
too
attack
late.
if I can. Yeah.
Your turn's long gone. Alright,
I completely forgot to have that thing.
yeah, if your turn's finished, then it's too late. Especially if another creature's already gone. Alright, Kalendor.
I mean, that it's the polearm master that when something enters my reach, I can attack. You know.
Okay, well, it's still too late now. It's Kalendor's turn. Alright, you still have your action though. Alright, Kalendor, you run forward at the skeleton, and that is a miss. A section of your foot just crumbles into ash, and you feel like this ash mixing around with your foot and your boot.
This is gravity's doing.
You feel the gravity pulling down on you.
And I'm gonna dash away.
Petra.
One into each.
Alright, you send forth 3 magic missiles. The first one slams into the skeleton, breaks away a few rib bones. The next one hits the skeleton and wipes away most of its form. And that third one hits the skeleton and it crumbles into a big pile of bone rubble onto the ground. The skeleton that had grabbed Victor's arm just reels back with its short sword and tries to stab. And it hits for 6 piercing. Ends its turn there. Orion.
Another reckless attack here.
That is a hit, and you're pretty much just using the flat of the rapier, and you just bowl the skeleton straight out of existence. Just turns into a pile of bone on the ground. Victor.
I just spin around and hit it with my quarterstaff.
That's a hit. And you smack it straight down, instantly destroying it. It joins the other bones scattered along the ground.
Okay, not too bad.
You know you jinxed us by saying that. Now I'm scared.
No, undead Draco Lich shows up.
Can I do a quick look around, see if anything?
So
Rose
I was in the wrong
seasons.
channel. Is Kalendor a zombie?
He's a revenant, so his undying hatred for gravity is the only thing keeping him alive at the moment. He's slowly crumbling to dust. It's an effect of the wild effect of the death curse. Alright, so what are you looking for, Orion?
Anything that maybe somebody animated these skeletons. Maybe there's something attached to them. Maybe they came from somewhere. That kind of thing.
Are you trying to like look for tracks to see where they came from? Well, they just came from the ground. They're all buried in this muck and mud and whatnot.
I'm thinking maybe somebody's in the shadows casting actively to raise them or something.
Yeah. Perhaps someone had animated them and buried them in the mud.
Yeah, seems logical.
Alright, make a survival check to look for tracks.
Survival, got it.
You also make a perception check to check for any signs of anyone like watching you or trailing you. You're not noticing anyone. Of course, everything's very dark, so you know most of that perception check is done at disadvantage because it's like there's no light, or you just simply can't see anything. You don't hear anything though. The heavy rain doesn't help with hearing, and as far as you can tell, these skeletons they must have been here for at least a week because you don't see any tracks of their skeletal legs or any other footprints in this general area. It's all kind of muddy and whatnot. The rain doesn't help with finding tracks, but you also look for like some little plants that have been trampled, perhaps some claw marks in some branches or whatnot, snapped twigs, nothing like that. So they must have been here for at least a week, but they could have been here for a year or more.
Guys, I think we're okay.
Were you on a rest here?
Well, I don't think we're under further attack. I mean, we can if you want.
I don't really want to.
Alright, well.
Alright, well,
let's
if
go
you
try to
want
find
to
this-
press on, that would be a force march. And you'd have to make a constitution save.
Well, this looks pretty good actually here. I mean, looks pretty good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like, you've already traveled for an entire day and you guys are tired. You want to set up camp. Like, you're literally just scouting this area for camp. So yeah, you look around, you kind of see a lot of tall trees. You find a space where there's not too much rain coming in, and you bend a few of these palms over and use a tarp to create a canopy so you're not getting rained on. You lay out your bedrolls and you do your watches. And you take a look at your map, and before you go to bed, it's always good to plot the next course of action. And Orion, you realize you've got no idea where you are.
Oh. Victor, I blame you.
I'll probably me, yeah.
That is unfortunate. We were very, very close.
Yeah, it is.
Oof.
You've become lost again.
Well, let's see. We probably wandered maybe north or west.
I think we're going here now.
Well, we would have noticed if we were backtracking.
Would you?
I don't know.
Ooh, it's the river.
That's what I'm telling Victor.
I mean, we're not very far away from the Dawn Warrior now.
One of these hexes like 100 square miles. There's
That's fair.
1,000 different tracks that you could have taken through just one of these hexes. But anyway, you're not sure where you are. Best to wait till morning and try and get back on track. The next morning, it's extremely warm. Very, very warm. In fact, the humidity is intense. Luckily, you're staying hydrated. You don't have to worry about dehydration. It's still raining as well, which is a plus for collecting water. It's now day 24 of your journey. And Orion, are you going to be the one navigating today? Or
I think I had slightly better luck.
actually, I think it was Victor navigating, so blame Victor.
Yeah, I think I did the last one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's his fault. Do you want to? Yeah,
Alright.
do you want Orion to take over? If Ragnar was here, none of this would happen.
The
I'm
rope,
going to go and sit down and drink vodka all day.
it cursed you somehow.
So
I'll give it a try today.
okay, what pace do you want to set?
The slow pace twos worked pretty well last time.
Okay. The slow pace is a lot easier to track. It's harder to get lost. Firstly, as you scout around in the morning, you realize you're near the ravine. You're like just a couple of miles away from the gorge once again, and you can pretty much see the ocean or this inlet, Kitch's inlet from where you scout. You get on track, and you're still only a day away from Mesro. You head up through the morning, pushing through the extreme humidity, the warm rain as it washes down on you all. You trudge through mud and more jungle terrain, and yeah, you've got a very, very good sense of where you're going now, Orion, especially because there's it's like a coastal area, and at the end of the day, you feel like you're quite close to Mesro. You should be able to get there first thing tomorrow morning.
Nice.
You guys set up camp. You don't have any encounters for the entire day, and you wake up the next morning on day 25. As you guys get up, Zandala seems very, very eager to get to Mesro. And
Real quick, before we continue, can I get somebody, if Turek were here, but I want to ask one of my party members to distract her, and if like during the night she like leaves her pack, can I like stealthily rustle through it?
okay,
Oh, I wouldn't help you.
Yeah, you're not shady. Who's shady? Hey, Calendar.
What up?
I don't distrust Zandala, but I don't trust her either. If I distract her,
here we
would you
go
mind
again.
going through her pack and seeing what's up? Just really light, just see if she's holding any, crosses to the Raven Queen or something.
Yeah, she does seem one to like gravity. You're right. All right, I'll look. You distract her. I'll look for her stuff.
alright, well, you want to do this when she's asleep?
Well, I want to maybe I'll call her over to help with navigating or something. Leaning over the map and trying to get her attention away from the. I assume she's next to her stuff when she's sleeping.
Yep, she just has a bedroll laid out, and her pack is next to it. Alright, make a persuasion check, Orion, to call her over.
That is my forte.
And let me see how.
Don't know, man.
Alright, she's actually probably like the friendliest towards you guys, and it doesn't take much for you to call her over. She comes over and smiles at you. What do you need?
Hey, I just wanted you to double check my work here, because we've gotten lost a lot. I don't want to waste another day. If we go here after Mesro, do you think after that, I'll just try to get her into a conversation about where we are?
Make a deception check, Orion.
Solid.
Tearing it up.
Yep, I'm killing it.
Alright, she gives you a very strange look. Why would you want me to navigate? I'm not a guide.
So smart. I just, nothing weird about this. Just trying to not deceive you.
Alright, she gives you a strange look. And Calendar, what are you doing?
Well, as he's talking to her, I'm trying to stealth along towards the bear.
Okay, so you're just like sort of trying to creep up slowly to her belongings and grab her bag.
Yeah. Then I'm going to take it away with me into the forest.
Alright,
Solid.
make me a stealth check.
Do you want me to re-roll it, or are you fine with the one?
Oh, did you roll one?
Did a bit early.
Oh,
I did it a bit early.
Yeah, well, roll one now. She is, meanwhile, getting a little bit suspicious. And, yeah, there's nothing to really cover you, Calendar. Like, if she just looks over towards you, she will see you. Unless you're invisible or something. And that's exactly what she does. She turns around, just sees you right next to her belongings, because she gets a strange feeling that something's not right. And she looks over at you, Calendar, like creeping up right near her stuff. And then she turns towards you, Orion, and says, "The hell is going on here? What is the meaning of this?"
There's a snake in one of your boots over here. I was trying to sneak up on it to get it out.
Alright, so Calendar, make a deception check.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I
Snake!
created a snake from the ether.
Snake! Get it out then! Get it out at once! And she rushes over.
I think with you running over here, it snuck into your back.
She doesn't like run over as in she's gonna try and help. She just sort of comes over, like keeping a good 15 feet distance away from her bedroll and her bag.
At this point, I'm guessing I hear the commotion and I go over and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, would she...
There's a
should we wait for
snake!
a call, I'm assuming?
A snake in my boot!
You're yelling, spooked it, it's run into your back.
In my bag! Get it out! Get it out then!
Alright, I'll pick up her bag. And I'll dump it. No. Do I...
You got this, man.
I guess I'll just turn it upside down to try to get the snake out.
You could like sleight of hand to like pretend that you like get the snake and
That's a much better idea.
Do something.
Sleight of hand.
like that you've just like quickly pretend like the grass nearby is rustling or something to create
I'm sure
the illusion.
there's some kind of snake in there.
Wow.
Alright, as you're like rustling the bag around with one hand, you're like, you're turning the attention towards the bag, and then suddenly you just grab a vine and you like sort of whip the vine around to give the illusion that a snake just scurried off. And you tip out her bag, and she just has like an explorer's pack. There's like a lantern. She has like all of her food. She's got a water skin. She's got a mess kit, and just like there's nothing suspicious in there. There's just like all of the items that you'd expect her to need for this journey.
I feel better having checked.
Is it gone?
Yes. I got it.
I
Sorry
mean,
about dumping your stuff on the floor.
do you think it was poisonous? She comes over
Well-
and just says, okay, will you help me put this back in there? Are you sure the snake is gone from my bag?
There's nothing in your bag. It's all on the ground here.
Did you realize that
What?
3 of your 5 fingers are missing from your left hand?
The cost of removing a snake from a bag, I'm afraid.
Are you sure it's gone?
Yes.
Also with the fingers.
Oh, I'm going to have to make sure I do this bag up very, very tight. And keep a close eye on it from now on. I'm not going to let it leave my sight.
If you're feeling unsafe, I can bunk with you.
And give her the bone.
Make a persuasion check.
Calendar's
Ooh.
dying wish.
Yes, I'm just concerned that if those fingers have fallen off, maybe other appendages have as well. I think I'll pass for now. Don't worry, I have Summer Wise to keep me company. And yeah, her little pseudo dragon's like always on her shoulder. It doesn't speak though, it's just like a little mini dragon.
Well, who knows? Who knows?
Alright, so that happened at night time, and yeah, she's happy with little Summer Wise keeping her company. She rolls over and ends up going to sleep, and you guys all go to bed. You wake up the next morning, and you should be quite close to Mesro. You guys want to wander over and check out the ruins?
Let's do it.
One step closer to the edge.
Alright, it's only a short trip over there, an hour at most, over towards this location. You don't have any encounters. It's rainy. Raining as usual. It is the wet season, so it's raining just about every day. Now,
Yep.
Mesro. There's not much here when you arrive at Mesro.
That
It's
sucks.
just as Zandala says, like, she looks a bit disappointed when you guys arrive. It's a ruin. All you see is these 4 avenues. They're split into a pie shape. 4 different avenues: north, south, east, and west. The ruins are all sunken into the jungle. You just see these yellowed bricks. Some of them piled up about 5 or 6 feet high, the remnants of the walls of buildings. Most of them are piles of rubble. Vines have grown in between them, jutting up through the jungle, just creating a skeleton of what Mesro once was. The whole ruin has subsided, and water from the river Olong actually flows over its ancient wharfs. You can hear the ocean crashing in the distance, and as you look out to the east, you can see the blue horizon marking the sea. There is just crumbling vine-covered buildings, and most of the roadways are canals, having been flooded. It's a vague circle formation, and you have 4 avenues to search if you want to search around: north, south, east, and west.
Is there any skeletons floating about here?
You can make a perception check. This is undead territory according to the map. You haven't had any trouble though this morning. You look around, Victor, and there's everything's actually kind of empty here. Like, there's not even bones, and there's like nothing of value. There's no like, you can't even see any like ancient relics buried in the mud.
Rusty longsword.
You do spot a red flag in the eastern quadrant of this circular ruin.
And I guess I go towards the flag then.
Okay. Anyone going with him? It's a large ruin, this city.
Is he pointing it out to us, or is he just wandering off alone?
Oh, cast light on it.
It's like the middle of the day.
I'll point to it then.
There's just like a flag in one section. That's
Yeah,
like a signal,
it's
no?
about a mile away from you guys. Like, it's a pretty big ruin, this area. It's got a radius of a few miles.
Alexandra, if perhaps her father used flags for anything.
She
Why not the flag?
she shakes her head. No, not that I know of, but we should check it out. It may mean something.
I
Does it have
agree.
a symbol on the flag? Can we see that?
Well, it's like a mile away from you at the moment, so it'll take you about 15 minutes to walk over there. You just spot it because it's red and it stands out in the jungle environment.
Let's
Not a
start searching
banner
there
then.
then.
Yep, let's head over to it.
Okay. You guys head over, and a flag has been stuck in between the cracks of a ruined block of what was probably a foundation stone of a building. And Petra, you're from Baldur's Gate, right? Sorry, did you say something?
Yep, I am.
Yeah. It's a flaming fist flag. You recognize it straight away.
I will alert the others. Yeah, this is a flaming fist flag. I'm sure they claimed this land probably.
Hmm.
It would probably be best not to stay here long.
Are they bad people?
They're not the kindest of people. They like to push their weight around.
Do they live in a city?
Are they civilized?
They're more likely to knock you out and steal your things than help you.
So
I'm not scared of them.
the flag itself is literally just like a curled up red fist surrounded with a flame. And yeah, you guys had learned that the Flaming Fist had like basically claimed the jungles of Cholt as their territory, and they're needing like you guys are supposed to have permission to explore the jungles.
What do you want to bet that snake guy is connected to the Flaming Fist and lured Artist Simber into a trap with the Flaming Fist to steal that ring of yours, Ring of Winter or whatever?
Well, the Flaming Fist are a bunch of mercenaries, but they also are guards for Baldur's Gate. For the lower city, at least.
Is there any connection? Does Baldur's Gate want that ring or something?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. If it's an artifact, it's possible one of the nobles might want it. Or it could be that the mercenary side of the Flaming Fist wants it and will use it somehow. I have no idea because I have no idea what the ring does.
Have they been here recently? Can you tell?
My expert tracking skills. I'll try to look and see if there were other signs of people here.
Make a survival check. You're having trouble picking up tracks, Orion. So you're just in one very small section of the ruins, and as you can see here, there's just a few crumbling walls, and that's just about it. All of the ground is muddy and soft, making it very hard for you to find tracks, and you're not picking up any meaningful tracks at the moment, Orion. It's just not your day for tracking, I guess. Yes.
Since she
Is the
mentioned it,
flag? Is it a new flag or an old flag? Like, has it been here a while?
Make an investigation check. You're not really sure how long it's been here, Victor. It's intact. It's not like frayed or anything, but you really couldn't tell.
Since she mentioned to try to see if they've been here recently, I will do my own survival.
Yeah. And it takes about 10 minutes to look for tracks. Alright, Petra. You find something concerning. It's not... Well, there's definitely some vague remnants of some boot tracks here. About 6 humans have passed through here, probably about a week ago. And it does look like they've probably picked Mesro clean of any valuables or treasure that may have been left behind. But that's not what worries you. What worries you is this set of gigantic footprints that look like they've been made quite recently. It's a giant boot belonging to a creature that must be 15 feet high at least. A giant of some description has been here very recently.
I will go ahead and point this out to the others, and yeah, I'll tell them this is not good.
Is this the same day as the Skellingtons?
No, this is the next day.
Cool.
Zondala, your dad wouldn't be 15 feet tall, would he?
She gives you a strange look. What? What do you mean? And all of a sudden, you guys spot something moving towards you very, very quickly from behind some ruins to the north. And you see this gleam of blue frost. And it's a large wolf. It just jumps through a gap in this ruined building. And it lands down here. It has bright blue eyes, a white coat, and it has a frosty eminence coming off of it. You can clearly see this blue fog rising from its coat. And it looks down at you and it speaks in common. Nobody move. Stay right here. I don't want to hurt you.
I was just going to say that, Victor. Who are you to tell us what to do?
I am not the one to tell you what to do, but you would do well to listen to my words, unless you want to be crushed by my master.
Who's your master?
Frost giant named Droofy. She is near. And suddenly another winter wolf jumps down from a small precipice to the west. This one just growls. I will get Droofy, and we will check you. If you check out, you will not be hurt. Stay now. I will return shortly with Droofy. And then the winter wolf takes off and starts jumping up through some small ruins and whatnot, and disappears behind the tree line. And Zandala looks at you all like, what should we do, sort of thing.
Run!
Alright, this winter wolf very, very quickly intercepts you. Don't move! Take another step, and I'll blast you in the face with frost.
I'll cast resistance on myself constantly.
Alright, the second you go to cast the spell, the winter wolf
dude.
sees that as a hostile act, and he reacts and attacks you.
Victor's got
Before
this.
you've got the spell up, Victor. Yeah.
I don't have this.
Yeah, you're a little bit quicker than him to react, but I mean, you can still defuse the situation.
The wolf's not in turn order anyway?
You don't see it?
No.
It got 20. Let me see why it's not in the turn order. Anyway, it's on initiative count 20. I don't know why you guys are not seeing it, but
Well, either way, I'm not really too keen on fighting a frost giant.
I'll if it's my turn, I'll yell out, Predator Beast, my pack doesn't listen to me. Forgive them. I am the alpha, and I will tell us to stay for your master, for your alpha. I apologize.
alright, for now, it's just listening to what you're having to say. Also, I fixed it up why it wasn't rolling, because for some reason it was like duplicated. But yeah, it's listening. Still, it's going to see what Victor does, because Victor's like gone to cast a spell. He's like reaching into his component pouch or whatever he's doing, and he's beginning to whisper an incantation, and he's beginning to move his hand around.
Victor, maybe think this one through.
Okay.
Of course, the Winter Wolf doesn't know what you're about to cast. He just thinks that you're about to cast a spell on him, probably.
I also
Go for
can't
it,
end my
Victor.
turn.
Okay, Victor, you're up. What do you do?
Okay. So I'm gonna drop my quarterstaff and I'm gonna go prone. So I know if you go prone next to dogs, it means they know you're defeated. So
Is that a thing?
yeah.
Okay. You drop the quarterstaff and go prone. Ha! Now I shall mount you. No.
What?
It's tradition, Victor. It's what they
All
do.
dogs.
Just look at Orion.
It doesn't say that. So, it just chuckles. Smart move. Try anything again, and the next thing you'll see is my frost breath washing over your face. And then, if you try to run, Droofy will catch you and make your bone go crush crush.
No
Oh, man.
problem.
Orion, you speaking your language?
So
Makes sense to me.
does your master Wolfie work for the flaming fist, the ones that put this flag? And I point at the flag.
Huh. I don't know about that flag. That name is Droofy, not Wolfie.
What will Droofy check us for?
Just wait, you will see.
You can steal our stuff.
How tall are these things, by the way? These little rock formations?
4 feet high.
Okay.
So you just see like some like stone arches that were probably like leading into buildings. There are like columns of stone. You imagine like this was probably some sort of grand plaza or even a giant building once upon a time, but all the walls have pretty much collapsed except for a few to the north. There are still some of these like original support columns which are about 3 or 4 feet tall, and yeah, these are probably like maybe some platforms where maybe some announcements were taking place, but as you can see, everything is overgrown and destroyed. And there are some more larger buildings that are more intact, but they're just like a husk of what was left. And then all of the roads are flooded, and then half of the actual city, like the eastern section, is pretty much meeting the coastline, and this is some like jagged cliffs and ocean. So you guys wait a little bit, and 5 minutes later you start to feel the ground shake. And the Winter Wolf comes running back. Droofy is here now. And all of a sudden, you see this gigantic female frost giant come tumbling down a small rock face to the north. She's got
she's gigantic.
blue tinge to her skin. She's about 16 feet tall. She's about 16 feet wide. And she carries
What a unit.
a massive axe in her hands. You do notice there is a wall of stone kind of in her way, and she just like moves through it, just crumbling it like without even slowing down. She just steps straight through it, knocking it over like a pile of toys.
Calendar, you up?
Death by Snoo Snoo. She speaks giant. Magu Motaka Rakukua Atasimba Rakba.
I
She
actually
screams.
speak giant.
She's saying, I have been told there are humans here. Which one of you are Artisimba?
None of us. We are not Artist Simba.
She steps over towards you, towering over you. She wears some like, she's very lightly armored. She's got some patches of like leather strapped like to her waist, to her arms, but mostly she's kind of lightly armored. She's got this gigantic great axe that has several notches in its handle, and each notch like is huge, like a half a foot long. And she just slams the head of the great axe down in front of herself, spreads her legs out a little bit, and yeah, you don't like the view that you've got there, Orion, but she just looks down at you. You speak the giant tongue?
Yes, I used to live near Giant Lands.
Are you Artist Simba?
No. No. Are you looking for him?
Yeah. Looking for ring. You tell me where it is, and me no smash you.
Well, must be here somewhere.
Who make this flag? Who do this one? She points to the flaming fist flag.
I'll say, some guys named the Flaming Fist. I've heard they're bad news.
What is flaming fist? Tell me or me smash you now.
No smash. They're a group of people with big armor on.
Ha! Big armor? Are they big people?
No, they're about as tall as I am.
Then Droofy can smash.
You should. They're bad.
How many?
There are a lot of them.
You wouldn't tell them that Droofy here in jungle. And as she's speaking to you, you can tell that she's sweating profusely. Like, she's constantly wiping sweat off of her brow. There's just like a big cascading drip of sweat rolling down her leg. Some of it's splashing on you as you speak. Like, you open your mouth and like you get a mouthful of her leg sweat.
Is she ill?
Constitution save.
No, she's a frost giant. She's just really hot here.
She's breathing heavily. So you no tell them, right? If you tell them, me have to smash your head. Okay?
I won't tell him.
Zandala
I don't
just
want to be smashed.
says to you, Orion. What did she say? She mentioned my father's name. I heard Ring of Winter.
No, you didn't.
Ask them what they want.
They want your dad. Because of that ring. I'm guessing because frost giants. I don't know much about magic, but frost giant ring of winter seems intuitive.
So? Is that Archer Simba? And points at Petra. Is that him?
No, not.
She has blue. Maybe she winter.
Actually, I'm dressed in the cult's attire still. Whatever the Chult attire was.
It's got a
Because
little.
remember, I bought their clothes and I changed into them.
It's got a streak of blue through it, Petra.
Okay.
I'll switch to common and say, hey, Petra, you're not Artist Simber, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, definitely not Artist Simber. Listen, do you want us to help you search for Artist Simber?
So you can get cold ring?
No, you're too big for me. I wouldn't want to steal anything from you. I don't want to be smashed.
How me know you not trying to get my ring?
No, I'm so small. I would never risk being smashed by you.
Yes. Me are stronger than you. You weak. Me are better warrior. Me have big axe. Big axe make squash on small one. Heh.
Sure. Yeah, wouldn't want that.
You going to look?
Yep, we're gonna look around here if you're okay with that.
If you look and you find him, you're going to get him to me?
First thing I'll do.
How you find me?
I will follow your mighty footsteps.
Yes! And she stomps her foot onto the ground, breaking through this ancient foundation stone and just putting a massive footprint in the ground. It shudders the ground next to you, Orion, and you need to make a strength saving throw to maintain your footing. Alright, you do not budge. And she seems impressed. Ah! You are strong! Okay then. You will find the ring and bring to me.
Yep.
If you find and find my ring and find me, then you bring to Valspeed. Okay?
Volsmead?
Valspeed! Big ship that I used to get here.
Where is it? Where's the ship?
In the water.
Okay. Is it near anything? How will I find the ship?
It is near the land.
Okay. Great.
Okay?
Okay, got it.
Good. Now, you spread out and look. Me going to look that way. You look over that way. And she just starts pointing in random directions.
Got it.
You find you bring me. And the winter wolves just growl at you. Don't try anything funny either. And then the wolves just jump off in random directions and Droofy heads off to the northwest. Smashing through some more stone structures.
Do I know
can't
if the
wait to
track?
tell Ragnar about this.
Do I know?
Single word. I just talked down a giant.
Do I know if the
Pitched it
track?
down to a giant, you mean?
I live next to giants. As long as you tell them they're strong, they're not too bad.
Truly evil, then?
So do I know if the tracks that were left by the flaming fist? Because I doubt they were with the giant ones. Are in the same direction she was heading.
No, they've headed off deeper into the jungle to the west.
What was the name?
But they're like that was like at least a week ago, so they could be anywhere by now. The Flaming Fist.
Hopefully they run into her.
I would love for them to run into her. What was the name of the ship there, Seth?
The Valspeed.
Valspeed.
Yeah. The Halspeed.
Halspeed.
Halspeed? It's like Nordic spelling.
Oh, gotcha.
Alright, and you guys could spend like easily a day here searching the ruins if you wanted to.
Sure. Want to make sure we don't miss anything.
I actually feel better kind of being on the giant side.
Yeah, it's protection.
We have to be very careful if we find the ring. Because
Not
if we
push.
don't give it back to the giant, then it will come after us.
We're already on day 25. Can we afford an extra one to search around?
Well,
Well,
our
we wanna
member
make-
knows the curse.
We want to make sure we don't miss anything and that the Flaming Fist might have missed.
It looks like
And-
that place has already been ransacked.
But
And
if
if-
artist member might be here.
Or he might have come by here.
Yeah. He's our first lead to the curse itself.
All right.
So we should
So
search.
if you guys want to spend the day searching here, is everyone in agreement of that? Zondola seems very keen to do that. And before that, she wants answers from you, Ryan. You said they're looking for my father, and had they had any leads about his whereabouts?
They were just searching for him, so I believe they think that he's here, but they don't want him. They want the ring.
I told you, he's in danger. They cannot be allowed to have the ring. Could you imagine what that oaf would do with it?
I don't know what the ring does. What does the ring do?
That is exactly the question I was going to ask.
It's an artifact. I've heard of it and its capabilities. It can.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
I want to. Maybe she knows more than she's letting on.
Alright. You're just seeing like genuine concern for her father's well-being, and she's just wants to get her father and help you out, help you find him just as much as she wants to find him.
Okay.
So the ring, I've heard that it can make you immune to any sort of cold. It can also create some spells. Cone of cold, a wall of ice, frost spells. But most importantly, I've heard it is able to create these winterscapes. It's able to completely transform locales into icy abysses. But my father would never use those powers for that. I've heard it's sentient and has a personality of its own, and well, it could freeze an entire world if it falls into the wrong hand.
Wow.
So, this is where my mother lived. But there's not much here. He must be searching for her, and he's not one to give up easily.
Well, let's search the area and see if there's any more leads here.
You'll do that? I know that Kalendor speaks of not wanting to waste time, but it's only one day. And if we can find my father, maybe the ring can expedite our journey.
Well, Kalendor's dead. You know, I haven't seen him in a long time. You know, he died in that ridge, so I wouldn't really give what he says a whole lot of.
But he's standing right there.
I don't see him. I'm pretty sure he's dead still.
Are you blind?
Nope, don't see him. Let's keep going.
You want to continue this, alright? I can discuss what happened yesterday. I suppose.
Sometimes it's like I can.
You want to
hear
discuss
his
what
voice.
happened yesterday?
Sometimes I can hear his voice on the wind.
Alright, so is that decided? You guys want to spend the day searching Mesro?
Yeah.
Alright, there's 4 quadrants, north, east, south, and west. The giants are searching, the giant and the winter wolf, seem to be searching the north quadrant. So yeah, you guys can search the south and the west quadrants, and everyone can make an investigation check for the day of searching. All right, Kalendor and Orion, you guys are just seeing ruins. That's it, empty ruins that were left behind when this city was supposedly destroyed during the Spell Plague. And Petra and Victor, you guys do a more thorough search, scouring the environment for the entirety of the day through the rain, and everything is so. All right, there's something that you notice. It's a ruin, but there's a pattern. You feel as if these ruins are like somewhat like artificially created. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like some of the buildings look less decayed and some look more decayed. Some of the structures don't really seem like they've just crumbled, and there's no evidence of any sort of explosion or any sort of great destructive force. It's almost as if like this ruin was like set up to make it appear that Mesro has disappeared. It's just a little bit too clean cut for supposedly a city that has been destroyed by the Spell Plague. It's more like a ruin has just been placed here. It's very out of place compared to the surrounding environment as well. But other than that, there's no explanation as to what exactly happened to Mesro. And it looks like the ruins have been thoroughly ransacked by the Flaming Fist. And it does look like they actually patrol this site regularly. This flag does not seem to have been here for very long at all, but there is no treasure or clues remaining for you guys to find, unfortunately. And it's just about nighttime, and you've pretty much you're about to call it in for the night. You decide to meet back up at the Flaming Fist flag when everyone has finished searching for the day. So this is.
I will report to everybody that pretty much what I found out, and that we might be dealing with Flaming Fist again because it looks like they're doing patrols at this place.
So there must be a Flaming Fist outpost nearby, yeah?
Possibly.
Which means if Artis Cimber was here, and there's a flag from Flaming Fist here, maybe they captured Cimber and took it back to that area, their camp or something.
Yeah, and this I saw something else strange. This place doesn't look like it doesn't look like it was done in by I guess magic. It looks like it looks strange, and
Stage.
yeah, kind of staged. And I will point out to where I found out where I found that information, and tell Zandala, since she's a mage like me, if she wants to see possibly any sort of magic that she might know or I might know.
She seems
Pretty
quite
much like
distraught, more focused on the fact that the Flaming Fists have been here regularly, and she questions you. These Flaming Fist, do you think they could have captured my father? Do you think they may have him in custody?
if they've caught him, then it is possible. I'm not sure if the Flaming Fists are looking for your father or if they are looking for the ring. Unfortunately, I have no idea. From what we were told I believe in the city, they're here claiming land, and I believe they're trying to solve the death curse.
Well, if they have my father, we need to find their outpost. We need to go there and make sure he's not captive. It's very important. And yeah, the sun is pretty much just peeling down the horizon at this stage. It's still light, but you only have about 30 minutes left of sunlight to make camp. You'll be camping in Mesro for the night. But all of a sudden, a voice calls out from the south. And you see a man standing near an arch of stone. He wears studded leather armor. He has a dagger sheathed in his belt. He has a longbow slung over his back. And he looks to be in his early 40s. He's got black hair, black beard, and mustache. And he looks towards you all and says, "Get away from her! That is not my daughter!"
What?
And that is where we'll end today's session.
No.
Well, shit.
Kalendor just jumped straight over.
I was ready.
Right, finally, gravity gives way and Kalendor just crumbles into ash, and everyone looks over at Kalendor.
Right before the big fight.
Right before I die, or right before I succumb to gravity, I request that my ashes be given to Hugh.
Okay. He will probably mix them in his tea or something.
That's alright.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
Too soon to talk about Cliffs and Kalendor. Alright, another one added to the death toll.
Where's
Crabendor.
Ragnar?
He's back at Ataz Mwahahaha.
Yeah, see, he survived.
Yeah, he rolled a natural 20 and finished off the T-Rex.
Oh, man.
And then that's when I nudged you and see, I told you I helped him.
I was suspicious about this lady before, but there's nothing we couldn't find anything incriminating, I guess. What does she want? I guess the ring. She wants the ring.
Possible.
Yeah, the ring. She's a spellcaster. I bet Petra wants a ring as well.
I don't know what the ring does.
So, are we gonna turn on this person we've been traveling with for like a month on the word of this random guy that's just shown up out of nowhere?
I think we're gonna talk to them both, and
Hopefully she doesn't shank us as he says that.
yeah, and hopefully the giant doesn't come back. That would suck.
Alright, there's a new character sheet for you, Karen. And you can make a level 4 character. Standard starting gear. It's the same character creation rules. You can use a character man, so it shouldn't take too long. Have a new character
By the
for
way,
next
Seb,
session.
Is there still an open spot for this game?
There is.
I believe Joe was interested because he was asking me.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send him a message. Or you can tell him to send me a message.
Got a quick question.
Is it standard array now, or
27 point buy. If you die, then you'll remake a character with 27 point buy. I only say standard array if you want to change characters in your high level. When you just because you want to play a different character. But yeah, it's 27 point buy.
Quick question. If I went wild magic, how often would I get to roll on that table?
Pretty often. Pretty
Nice.
much at least 2 or 3 times a session. Depending on
I'm
how
coming
many.
back to kill you all.
Zandal is going to pull off her face and it'll be like calendar underneath. Aha! Scooby-Doo ending. Because she's a sorcerer. Anyway. Alright, so I'll see you guys next week. We'll be in Mesro and we'll see what is happening with Zandala and Artist Simba. I'll see you guys then.
Later.
cheers?
See you then.
And
Bye,
yeah,
guys.
he says he'll